Welcome to another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. I am your host, Chase the Dark Sage, here with my co-host.
T.
And we're here to bring you some more hip-hop goodness with some hip-hop news, some new albums that are coming out, some of the stuff that we've been jamming since the last podcast, a new Vince Staple album that came out, and some conversations we have about Ghostface comments on the rap game, the Apple Top 100 albums list of all time, and if Cardi B kind of started this new era of the BBL rap. But before we get into any of that, how have you been?
I've been good, B. What about you?
Been stressed.
You've been stressing.
This goddamn editor on my goddamn other channel, Read the Room. You done stressed me out this whole weekend. I couldn't really dissect or deep dive into any of the new music or any of the stuff that I've been jamming this weekend. God dang it, you made my weekend so unpleasant.
Can I say you can put them on the Summer Jam screen, B? Or
I might have to.
on a YouTube screen?
I might have to.
Coming to a mobile device near you?
I might have to put him on an ether beat or something.
Hey, man.
Oh, he made me mad. I sent this man a deposit on PayPal and everything. I'm getting it back. I'm fighting my case.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the video done. It's about 30-something. It's almost 30 minutes. But man, it took a lot to happen.
Scammers are some of the like lowest of the low people. I'm like, bro, what do you do with your life to try to scam people, bro? Like, come on. Like,
nothing. That's the worst
part.
part.
It's like, you go to a scamming, bro, go work at like your neighborhood Walmart or something, bro. Go bag some groceries.
Steal from them. Why me?
Come on, bro.
But I know how to use the internet. I know how to maneuver on it, especially as a seller, someone who sells stuff on the internet. I know my way around it, so you ain't gonna fool me. And I got the screenshots. Yeah. So yeah, you ain't gonna get me. But since the last podcast, what have you been jamming?
B, like you said, it's gonna be a little slim week, man. But what I have been jamming, a lot of jazz, mostly Duke Ellington. I don't know, bro. I've just been in a little, you know what I mean, little jazz mood.
Jazzy mood.
So it's like I traveled over the weekend, so I was jamming some Duke Ellington, some John Coltrane, mostly Duke. Dude's phenomenal. Everybody know who Duke Ellington is, bro, right? No. You don't.
I know who he is, but I'm not an avid listener.
Yeah, of course. Bro, you watched that one show where they had a guy playing him, if I'm not mistaken, with the kids. They have like
like Fat Albert?
No, bro, it's like nasty, bro. It's Big Mouth.
Bro, I don't watch that show.
Bro, I watched
nasty.
I watched the first season. I was like, yo, this is disgusting. Mm-hmm. Like, why would you sexualize little kids like this? Anyways, Duke Ellington, I've been jamming a lot. You know, I just get in the mood where sometimes you just want to hear a little piano, you know what I'm saying? Sax and stuff like that. Especially traveling, it kind of mellows you out. Mm-hmm. So that's why I listen to. I haven't listened to like an album besides the stuff we're reviewing. But other than that.
That's all you listen to?
Nah. I listen a little more, but it's just
not worth talking about.
Yeah, bro, it's really not, bro.
I got a good amount of stuff because I was in that funk, and I'm just like, let me listen to some stuff. And you know, the whole Apple list came out while we're recording this. Yeah. This is what happened since the last podcast. Mm-hmm. So there are some things on there that I did want to visit to see why was it ranked so high.
Because it's Apple.
Yeah, and you know, politics and things like that.
Almost deaf.
But some of the stuff I listened to one of the projects that you recommended on our top 10 list, which we will be dropping that episode soon, hopefully. Lucky's Almost There.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I will say that. There were some songs I'm just like, but for the most part, jammable.
Right.
All have whip appeal. Mm-hmm. I really like the middle section of this album, I will say that, or project.
I let it out.
So yeah, Lucky Almost There. Pretty good project right there for me. I still like his latest project, better, Sex, Money, and Drugs more. But that's not to say that this project was bad. Yeah. Obviously, that project is a bit more Lucky, honed into his skill. Mm-hmm. Next project I listened to was Che, C-H-E, Closed Captions.
Who?
I gave that half a star.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a TikTok. It's one of them TikTok artists that, you know, if you listen to TikTok artists like Autumn, Summer, and all that, he's going to be one of those people that come up in the recommended. And I like some of his songs, like Agenda, and he has some other songs as well that I listen to on Spotify. I enjoyed those. I do not enjoy full project from him. This is probably, arguably, along with that summer project I talked about last podcast episode, this is one of the worst projects I heard this year. It's just... It's very, like, you could barely hear anything. The beats just weren't, like, punchy enough, or they just wasn't varied enough for me. I don't know, man. Some of these TikTok artists, I hear a few songs, I'm like, okay, this is good. You hear the body of work, it's not
Stop
good.
doing yourself like that, B.
Hey,
Stop it.
Look, you tapped into the underground, I'm tapped into the TikTok sound. That's one of us got to
Hey, somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it.
So, yeah, next project I listened to was Hako Iris. Hako is someone that had, like, a super viral song on TikTok, called Listen. It sounds like it samples that one Young Nudie song. I enjoyed this project for the type of music he makes. I had no problem with this project at all. From the vibes that he gives, it reminds me of a more energetic Nav. I'll say that.
His name is Haku?
Hako. Hako, Hako.
Is he an African American fellow?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
Okay.
But hey, I enjoy his music. Hey, another white person I enjoy in the pod.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I re-listened to "Awaken My Love."
Oh, amazing.
5 out of 5.
Yeah, amazing.
There's just nothing for me to really say.
Only song that's like a throw off, but I think it's intentionally. I want to go to California.
I like it.
I like it too.
I like it.
It's like one song that just off.
Yeah, like to me it doesn't fit the flow.
It doesn't fit anything.
But also I'm not too mad at it.
Yeah.
I will say that. That's the only thing that throws me out of the immersion of
that's
the
what
album.
I'm saying. Yeah. I think it's like one of those like it's like a song that's like it's different and put you out the mood. You know what I'm saying?
And probably because he wanted to stay in that octave and he couldn't really put down no other project. Let me just throw it right here. Could have put it as bonus track. But yeah, I enjoyed it still. Re-listen to Yeat's Afterlife. Still a good project. I just think it's way too long for what Yeat does on these projects. This is too much. But I really do like the project though. I really do enjoy him coming back to that sound and just really honing in on that sound that he's created for himself. Really enjoyed it. I listened to Faith is a Rock since the vinyl just recently dropped. I didn't buy it. I thought about it.
What do you think about it?
I like it, but I think for right now, I'm just like, there's no one in that space right now, and I hate to say it like this, that's just like wowing me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, okay, I know these guys can rap. Yeah. I know what Alchemist is going to bring.
Yeah.
Everything I hear on it is great.
Yeah.
It's just very expected.
Yeah, I feel like that one was like it wasn't a project that's supposed to wow anyone. But I feel like Mike's that's him and Wiki.
Yeah.
His other project that I showed you, I cannot think of it right now. Love, it's the one with the wolf on the cover. Well, I can't think of the name of the album.
Love Desire,
Love Burning Desire. That's much better in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think I like the.
That's a more focused project. You know what I'm saying, something like that. But I feel like that was just
I think when it comes to certain artists I think to me Freddie Gibbs is the best artist when it comes to making music like with someone like an Alchemist because it doesn't get in that samey bag after a while when I listen to the whole project. Okay. And plus to me Freddie knows how to make a song while still being lyrical. A lot of these rappers, they rap and they rap really well. It's just that they don't make it really a song.
So you think Freddie is like one of his best collaborators?
Yes, in terms of accessibility. For the mainstream, if you want to get someone into this and not be too far deep into it, because I think too far deep into the Alchemist territory, and I'm going to call it the Alchemist territory, is when you start getting into the Arm & Hammer and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then
the mics and stuff like that. No, that's what I'm saying. You get deep into that territory. Like if you want to just like, okay, I want to peruse just a bit and see what it's like. Yeah. You get the Freddie, maybe a Benny, if they have like a tape together. I'm not sure. You get the people that's a bit more accessible to the mainstream that you also know can make like good songs, like songs like verse, chorus. You get those people to kind of bring you in, but if you want to hook people. You like, all right, I like this. Let me see what more he has. Then you give him the Gangrene. Then you give him the Boldy James.
So you wouldn't recommend like none of his Currency stuff? Because I think his Boldy is probably. I think
Covert Coupe is one that's good, but I don't think I think Currency isn't on the same level as a Freddie, where it's like, I'm getting the lyrical exorcism type.
I feel what you're saying for accessibility, because I think Boldy to me right now is my favorite collaborator he does.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I agree. But I'm saying to get someone in.
Oh yeah, Freddie.
I think it's the most easily accessible has to be like a Freddie.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I feel you.
Boldy, like I said, that's when you start to get in that medium territory where it's like, all right, we diving in there. Then Arm & Hammer is where you're too far. Yeah. Like you can't get out now.
What about when him and Q might drop something one day?
That would be him and Freddie would be on the same level of accessibility because I think Q knows and masterfully knows how to write a song,
and he's a bigger artist as well.
I agree with a catchy hook, and he knows how to write the verses and all that as well. So I think if they do come out with that project, which I do hope for one day, that'll be very accessible to a lot of people, and hopefully that'll bring more people to Alchemist sound and maybe make that whole I don't know what to call that niche group of people that just work with not just work with Alchemist.
Alchemist been, it's just like I know he has his sector of stuff now, but he still had, Eminem, like he still work Drake, he work Kendrick, he work with all these big artists.
No, I agree, but I'm saying for him because he's not on a level like a Metro Boomin in terms of popularity. Like when people look at him, boom, he's like.
Oh, you talking about just for like
the mainstream casual listener of hip hop?
I get you.
That's what I mean, like for him to be because I think one of his more mainstream moments was with Meet the Grams. Yeah. Even though a lot of people don't look for the producer credits on that, they were like, "Oh, I'm interested in that sound." And so the whole thing with the whole Kendrick is right.
Do you think it's like every so often in a generation you only have like 3 big mainstream producers that everybody know? Because you look at it, people runs. It's like okay, Dr. Dre and who else at the time?
Dr. Dre.
That was big at his level. That was known for producing, like Timbaland. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Pharrell,
not
maybe.
Pharrell. Like I'm saying, it's not like it's never like a run that people actually know the face, know who it is. Like,
and like the last,
like right now, Metro Boomin is by himself. Right?
I think Metro Boomin is like a Mike. Yeah, I agree. I think Metro Boomin is like the new Mike Will,
like a bigger,
but on
Mike
a
Will.
way different level, like on a different stratosphere. Because Mike Will having a song with Miley Cyrus was crazy for the time back then.
It's so crazy how like you can kind of put like producers and like if this is off, but like a comedian, because like it's always one comedian that's like killing it. And I feel like producers the same way. It's like, oh, you know who that guy is because he in all the like funny movies, and it's like you know who this guy is because he on like all the biggest tracks right now. But like it can't be multiple ones that's like running it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know who the other two producers would be right now. Yeah. But I feel like an Alchemist, because of his longevity, he will never be in that. Yeah, he's a legend. I don't think he'll ever be in that spotlight, but that's because of his longevity and consistency. Yeah. He's never really strived for that.
Yeah.
And because of his consistent work ethic and work that he's done with multiple artists, I think his sound has evolved, grown, but has still stayed consistent to who he is.
And those type of producers, they stick to those type of artists. Like I wouldn't say never. I'll never say never, but would you ever hear freaking Freddie Gibbs and Metro Boomin together?
I don't want to.
You know, no. I'm just saying, like, it's certain artists, like, with Lex Luger, he stayed in his, his wheelhouse. Yeah. Mike Will stayed in his wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mike Will kind of ventured out a bit with Schoolboy Q, a little bit.
Well, that's different.
That's why I said a little bit. Yeah. That's the only time I could.
Schoolboy Q still was like
he was still the mainstream-ish guy, but he was never like, I don't think he was mainstream until really Collard Greens.
Because he had that part was a huge song.
No, that was before. No, he worked before.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but he was the first person on TV with like a Billboard song or something like that.
Was it? I thought it was J-Rock.
No, I think it was Schoolboy.
I mean, you could be right, but I thought it was J-Rock. Yeah, just based off of the notoriety.
Yeah, it was Schoolboy, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still can't imagine.
And plus, it was with the one A$AP Rocky song, I believe.
Hands on the Wheel?
Yeah, no, I think it was Hands on the Wheel, yeah.
No. Hayden Joint. That's the one that Mike Will produced.
Oh, I know that. Mike Will made it. Hayden Joint. Yeah, he was on that. But Mike Will wasn't that big at the time.
Nah, at that time?
That's 2013, 2012.
No,
I'm saying he wasn't.
Because remember with him and Miley Cyrus?
That was 2012, right?
GCJ and all them.
But I'm saying that's 2014, right?
It's like 2012, 2013. It's around that time.
No, I'm thinking he got his big moment. I mean, Mike Will was killing it in 2014.
He was killing it throughout like 2010 to 2014 because he even had his own.
But I'm saying 2012, he wasn't like huge.
When was Bands Make a Dance big? That was a real question because that was his song.
Yeah, but you gotta understand that song was bigger than him. That song was bigger.
Yeah, but that also shot him up too.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm talking about his run. So when Schoolboy Q probably got that beat, he wasn't on that run. You get what I mean?
I get what you mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like that had to be before.
That's what I'm saying. It was. So Hayden Joint was what like Habits and Contradictions was 2011, 2012 ish.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that's before his run. So I'm saying it's different than him doing it. I'm saying you bringing it back to Schoolboy Q. I'm thinking of the run. I'm talking about Metro
part of the run.
Yeah, but I'm saying Metro is on his run. Mm-hmm. Like I won't see him going down to like mesh with a Freddie Gibbs. Alchemist can put a song out with Eminem and also.
Oh, I know what you
get what I mean.
Okay.
And also,
see, me and you are going at this different.
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying in terms of like him matching with the artist that he's working with.
So at the time,
I thought you meant like part of like his rise.
Yeah, he was getting at that time in 2014. Oh, get a Miley Cyrus freaking placement. See, that's who he is at that time. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
Schoolboy got him in a
so you was talking about with his contemporaries, working with people that are on his level.
Yeah.
I was talking about
picture when Mustard was on his run.
No, Mustard had a so he's part of that too.
You know what I'm saying?
He's part of that. He's part of
Mustard,
that league.
That Mustard. So
Mike Will and Mustard, they're part of that league.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean that group, that trio that you was talking about.
My bad for throwing off.
No. Yeah. we didn't listen to much, I mean we need some conversation here. But like I said, Faithless Rock, good project. It just it didn't wow me, but also it could be part of that funk I was going through because of editing that video.
That mark.
I listened to D'Angelo, Voodoo, because you sent me that picture and I couldn't recognize. I only recognized like two people. And I barely recognized Alchemist.
You like Alchemist had the fresh fade, bro. The lineup was crazy. Yeah, that was younger, bro. That was like probably early 2000s, bro. Like late 90s.
I'm about to say that had to be like around that time.
Yeah,
like
it had
early
to be.
2000s because I'm like DJ Premier still looks
young.
DJ Premier.
Did he have a fade? Did he have a fade?
I think so. He didn't have no hat. I don't think he had a hat. So that's why I'm just like, oh yeah, that's DJ Premier. And that must have been old because I've never seen without that hat now. So yeah, I listened to Voodoo, D'Angelo, and I can definitely see where Childish Gambino got a bit of inspiration for "Awaken My Love" from Voodoo. This is my first time listening to Voodoo. Yeah. I've heard obviously the big song titled off there, and obviously the whole Soulquarians thing that was happening around the time. I know about that. Yes, I just really never went to D'Angelo because I don't know why nothing really ever pulled me in.
But aren't you into neo soulish bag? You ever got into Erykah Badu and stuff like that?
I want to, and I like the songs, the big hits,
right?
I don't know. Nothing really drove me to. I get the whole Soulquarians. I like the rapping side obviously a lot more than the R&B side because I'm not really tapped in like that. But also, I'm not well educated enough, and I think because of Awaken My Love making me more open to that, I think I want to go back to more of the source of the neo soul sound rather than the muddy-ish early 2000s neo soul. I think the closest to neo soul we might get now is an Anderson .Paak, which I like.
Yeah, he got a little bit. It's some more artists out there. They're not as big. I can't even think of nobody, but
I go through my playlist. Maybe Anderson .Paak. Yeah. As of right now,
that has he can bring in a little bit more,
but he doesn't fully go there.
Yeah,
but
you got in your roots bag, and they're a big part of it. Questlove's a big part of
You talking about the Soulquarians or neo soul?
No, I'm just saying you got in your roots bag. They're big when it comes to the Questlove and the Roots or whatever. They have a big part in the soul, the Soulquarians, and also with neo soul. Because he collaborated. Them drums.
See, I didn't know he had a big collaboration with Neo Soul.
Yeah.
I did not know that. But I will say, though, I do respect a lot more Voodoo as a project because D'Angelo produced most of it.
Yeah, he worked on Voodoo.
Who? D'Angelo?
Quest. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, because, the whole Soulquarians thing. I think everybody kind of had a touch, but if you look at the, credits, D'Angelo's, on every single song producing. So I'm just it's very rare to see a singer really produce for themselves.
Yeah, he didn't like it. He didn't like how he looked. Questlove didn't like. They tried to introduce him to D'Angelo. He was but because then he heard the music, he's hold up, he didn't understand it. No, I think Voodoo was out. I think he worked on what's the other one?
The Black Messiah one?
Nah, the one after Voodoo.
Brown Sugar?
No. That was he worked on Voodoo. He didn't work on Brown Sugar.
Who?
Yeah, Quest. Quest worked on Voodoo, but Brown Sugar was his first project. Was D'Angelo's first project. Brown Sugar was fire.
I wanted to listen to that, but I'm just I
like all of his albums,
Voodoo,
all three of them.
And this is a thing. It's a time era thing, and it's just a problem that I have too because I had to go back to some Sonic, which I'll talk about a bit too. These songs are way too long. Yeah, I get it for the time, and I get for what he was going for. Too long for me. And when it comes, it's 13 songs, an hour and 18 minutes.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, when you know the artistry of what these guys do when they just get together and they just jam, and some of this stuff just comes out and it's just raw, bro.
No, like I said, I get it for the time.
So you got songs where it's a break, a minute. It's just some drums or a guitar and stuff like that playing.
And sometimes I would like that, but then I'm just if I don't like the song and you still going, I'm can we? I just want to skip that next song. I don't have no problem with it because I get it. And like I said, it's one of those things where I don't think I'll ever play this in the car again. Yeah. I had to put this on at home and just let it ride out. This isn't something I just bought.
I play this in a whippy.
Yeah, it's all right. It only had 2 features on here, so impressive. Redman and Method Man. Next artist I listened to, Cash Cobain. I had to do a little digging after he came out with a song with Don Toliver recently, the song with J. Cole, which we'll talk about later.
Charlie Wilson, right?
Yeah, I love that song. That song. Yeah. But the one thing I noticed, he literally has the same hi-hat pattern each song.
Yeah, that's his thing, yeah.
I'm just
that's his sound.
I get it, but every single song?
So it's his, it's one of his tags, pretty much.
Yeah, but it's throughout the whole beat.
I know, but it's you got to think about it's the new what they call it, sexy drill or something like that. That's
what they call it, because to me, and the projects I listen to is Pretty Girls Love Slizzy, Too Slizzy, Too Sexy with him and Chow Lee, and Slizzy Timing. I gotta say that his sampling, is horrible. But if I look at it in a different lens of, this sounds like Jersey mixed with New York drill, I'm alright, I see where they're going, but also you start rapping on it, I'm just this don't feel like the New York drill with the Jersey type of the club Jersey, the Jersey club.
He was saying something about like how he also got some of his influence from when he go back home, back down south to Carolina. But I don't know where he was going with that. I gotta see.
Yeah, I gotta hear it, but you know, some of the sampling, he sampled songs that we obviously know that when you hear it, but I don't think the sampling was ever clever. Yeah. So which is why I go with the Jersey club theme, because it sounds like Jersey music. Like, was it Jay Holiday, Suffocate, the Jersey mix or whatever. Yeah. It sounds like that, but with New York drill drums on it,
Yeah.
and so it throws me off.
I never listened to none of. I know his songs, but I never listened to none of his projects.
I tried to because I'm just like I kind of like because I like the song that he produced with Drake.
Yeah.
I think it was "Fear of Heights" off of "For All the Dogs." I like the song that he has with Don Toliver. I like his Fisher song that's recently out. The one with Ice Spice. The one I think that has Ice Spice's best verse for her career.
For sure.
Not saying much, but I was like, let me dive into the discography a bit. I was like, I went through 3 projects. I was like, yep, that's enough.
Yeah, see,
that's enough.
I just know him from his production, like from I wouldn't say earlier days, but like 5-6 years ago.
I think his production is the main problem.
Yeah,
like I get where you're going with because each song is the same exact song, just a different beat, but all the beats really sound similar.
For sure.
And so it's one of those things where it's like, it's one of those things where I feel like he's better working with other people rather than making his own projects. I hate to say it like that, Cash Cobain. You got some songs in there that jam, but they all sound the same. And I'd rather see you with different people because that Don Toliver song is just so...
Charlie Wilson over that, you know what I'm saying?
I wish I had Charlie Wilson a bit more on that song too, but I love that Don Toliver song, especially with the whole Beautiful Girls Pharrell sample. That's when he cleverly samples. But when you start putting almost the whole song in there as a sample, I'm like... wow.
For sure.
Nasty. But like I said, we did see the Apple list a bit. So I went to go check out Purple Rain finally.
Hey.
I will say this. The main reason I checked it out was because I was doing that review for JoJo.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of Prince references in JoJo's from one of the characters having an ability called Paisley Park. Another one being based off of the actual appearance of Prince himself. And so I was like, all right. And then also the time period of part 4 being kind of like during that time of Prince reigning. And so I was like, all right, let me check out Purple Rain. I enjoyed it.
You did? Oh, man. You know what's so
I thought that I would not like that album at all. But I enjoyed every song except for maybe like one song off of it.
Darling Nikki.
But yeah,
bro, a freak, bro.
Yeah, he's nasty.
Freak, bro.
He is nasty. But I enjoyed every song off of Purple Rain.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I just like, and for the time, I can see how it's different. I can see for the time. I have no problem with the album. I just will say that it didn't hook me to make me want to listen to it again, but it does make me want to listen to more Prince music. Oh, but I know that there's not going to be another Purple Rain type of album in his discography. So that's what scares me about that. And so I'm just like, like I want.
You gonna find
because to me,
better.
Purple Rain was just super accessible.
You might find some stuff better too.
Yeah, some songs, but I don't know if I'm gonna find an album that I
better.
really like. That's like Purple Rain, where it's very accessible, and you don't have to have like a deep knowledge or a deep appreciation for those other genres as well.
Yeah,
like I said, and then plus this being a soundtrack project, I think this might be the best soundtrack project I've ever heard.
I'm trying to see what.
Besides, because Black Panther soundtrack was pretty good, but I think this might be the best soundtrack project.
You might like check out Parade.
Does that have Paisley Park on it? I want to listen to the one with Paisley Park on it.
What Paisley Park on?
He's so much. Or something like that?
Yeah, but Prince, bro, you gotta dive, bro.
But see, that's the thing. That's too much to dive into. There's too. Look at that. Look at that. He is scrolling right now. He still hasn't stopped scrolling ever since I said, "Look at that." He's still scrolling.
Prince, that guy, bro.
That's one of those artists I feel like have a very intimidating catalog.
Yeah,
and just it's very intimidating because I feel like there's no right way to really articulate how you feel about Prince, especially when it comes to internet forums or internet discussions. Yeah, and someone that attack you.
What I do is when it comes to artists, especially like before my time, I like to look at interviews. I listen to people that's older and review it, and also experienced it at the time, and I can understand like what it meant in that time for the project, because it's hard. Like when you look to it, you be like, man, I don't know why this is so and so impactful, but you be like, yeah, I know the time, but I still don't feel that way, you know. So sometimes I listen to other people articulate how they felt about it and like what it meant. Just for I'm like, okay, I understand.
Yeah, you can put it in the comments.
But I could never feel the way they felt. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah.
But I will say, and another problem I have with this is that because Prince doesn't really conform to just one genre, he's like the Beyonce. Like I don't want to say it like that, but you get what I mean, to give people, especially younger people, a kind of like a gist of what I'm saying, or an easy analogy to get what I'm saying. He doesn't necessarily fit or conform to one genre. His album is kind of all over the place sonically. It kind of stays in the same like sound, but it's like sonically it's all different, which sounds weird. And so for me, I just don't feel like I'm gonna get that appreciation for it like other people have, because it's just not what I'm musically tuned to for my ears.
Yeah, and you also gotta understand just the songwriting, him being a musician. Like really good at playing the guitar. Like, he's just overall just a talented guy.
I think there's one of those things that I gotta see in person of someone at the studio actually playing the instruments.
Yeah,
that's something I really want to see. Because I'm just like, how do you put that in the song?
And a lot of his stuff is jams too. A lot of his stuff, and like he has his whole little group. He has The Time, and then other people. Bro, Prince catalog is goes. Bro, his catalog goes. Oh man, it's deep, bro. Like for real.
That's what scares me from it. So yeah, Purple Rain. That's the one I wanted to check out, especially since it was on Apple's list. I expected it to be on that list.
It's one of those albums,
but it's one of those things.
Those essential albums.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. I'm like, okay, I gotta listen to this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I listened to it. Good project, but I just need to find somewhere where I'm like, maybe I need to make my own Prince playlist of songs that I really like. I'm just like, all right, that's the definitive Prince like playlist for the dark sage.
Hey, do you think, man?
But all right, next one I had to listen to was Love Deluxe because I seen people talking about it on Twitter by Sade.
Oh, by Sade. I'm like,
or Sade.
Sade.
Sade. SH.
I say Sade.
See,
I called her Sade my whole life.
That's why I did too. But when I look at it, I'm like, is that Sade? Especially if they from the UK. I'm like, I don't know.
But yeah, I think her dad's from Nigeria or something like that. So she's African.
Well, isn't it a band?
It's Sade.
I thought it was a band.
She got people, but it's her. I think this.
No, I thought it was a band. I don't know, but
hey, Sade, you see Sade.
Yeah, so I listened to this one because I seen people talking about it.
Is it considered her band, bro?
Sade is considered a band. That's the name of the band.
For real?
That might be the lead vocalist too, but that is considered a band.
Bro, Sade I do.
No. Because if you look
member of Sade.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's a band.
Never looked at it like that. Cause look, she's Sade.
No, well, I'm saying like it's probably like a band thing.
Yeah.
Musically, it's a band thing, but the band is named after her. Either way,
but because she's the face of it.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I don't know. It's different. It's like Tori Moi, right? Mm-hmm. That's his band name, but it's like him.
So it's probably the same situation.
So it's like no, his name is. He also go for Chaz Bundick.
That's but musically, I'm talking about like if you look at it on Spotify, musically, it's gonna be like, oh, this is the band.
I don't think so, bro.
But if you go on Spotify, it's gonna be like the band Sade. Like, look, Sade, Sade, whatever. Since debuting with top 10 hit, Sade have remained across so and so for ensuing decades of so and so. Although they are known mostly for their they refer to them as a band when you look at it musically, because who has a Sade feature and it's not the whole band? I'm pretty sure she doesn't like when she does features.
So why when people sample her, they say Sade? I sample Sade, and it's just her vocals.
That's because it's the band. The band is named Sade. The band is the one who produced.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah, technicality, and then it's.
I'm saying that she's the lead singer, and the name of the band is based on.
But I'm saying when we say Sade, we just think of her.
Yeah, because
she's the face.
But that's like Limp Bizkit. You only think of that one dude.
Who? Fred Durst.
Yeah. It's like that, but except because his name isn't the band.
But Fred Durst, people they point out, oh, that's Fred Durst.
But I'm saying it's one of those things where when it comes to like a band, you're gonna know the main.
Yeah, the lead.
But this situation, because the band is named after the lead singer,
and she's the face of it.
Yeah, the face of it.
Because when you look up Sade, it's her face.
Well, that album covers.
That's what I'm saying. That's what. It's not just the band,
but it is the band. When you look at it musically, it's the band. But if we're talking in conversation, we're most likely just talking about the singer. Because no one's saying, oh, yeah, I really like Sade music or Sade music.
Yeah, I like the band.
Even though we're talking about the band, we're really meaning her.
Because away from the band, she's still Sade.
Yes, but she's Sade, I do.
No, she's Sade.
See, that's the weird part of having a band named after you.
I don't even think it was like that, bro.
But I listened to her project because I see people talk about it on Twitter. Plus, there was another reference in JoJo's to Sade with a character that has the power called Love Deluxe, which I was like, all right, let me listen to this as well. Phenomenal.
Yeah, of course.
No problem.
Amazing.
And then, I heard, what's the song? Cherish a Day. I had to go back to Operation Doomsday. You know I had to listen to that. I'm like, ooh. Because as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh, MF Doom.
Yeah.
I had to go back and listen to that. I had that on repeat after that. So, yeah. I love that project. Love Deluxe, pun intended. Listen to Beyonce's Lemonade, because that's number 10 on Apple's top 10 list.
Politics be.
The album, I get what it stood for because I had to look up some of the context behind this. Oh yeah, Beyonce felt very powerful, so and so. You know, like Beyonce was very vulnerable, and I get that. But I'm just like, Lemonade. I'm like, I guess I felt more of a cultural shift or impact from her Beyonce self-titled album, or maybe the Tasha Fierce one with the a diva is a female hustler, or the one where around the world, girls. Like, you know, I would expect those albums to be before Lemonade, because I guess I didn't really see the impact of Lemonade, and this was when I was in college at the time. And I went to a
Lemonade was a big album.
Yes, it was because of what she was talking about. Yeah. But I will say I don't see the cultural shift or impact from it, especially with me going to a college full of women, predominantly.
It was
women.
just tea, lemonade. That's all it was.
Listen, this is an Arnold Palmer.
That's all it was, bro. It's an Arnold Palmer, bro. That's it.
Yeah, and I guess like when you look at it, it's one of those things where it's like she doesn't really conform to a genre, which is why now when I go back to Cowboy Carter, I'm just like, this is Lemonade Part 2 almost. It's just more songy in terms of like, it's more structures.
Hey, don't make them mad, B.
I don't know. I listen to Lemonade and I'm like, it's good. It's not bad. There's more tracks I like on it than dislike, but I guess I just don't really see that cultural shift or impact for it to be number 10 on top.
I think the culture shift was just Beyonce opening up more. That's it.
I think that has to be it, but the also, shift, you know, I was reading the interview. I think it was from someone off of Apple saying, "Oh, when I heard this album, I had college classes those days. I had to just not go. I had to listen to this because I know I had to sit down and listen to it right then and there." And I'm just like, I don't know. The more I hear stuff like that, I'm like, Beyonce fans are crazy.
You see Swarm? I'm just saying,
women fandoms are crazy. I will say that right now.
Yeah.
But a 5 out of 5 project I did listen to was Freudian by Daniel Caesar.
Heat.
Yeah,
that was your first time hearing it?
Yeah, because I heard the tracks and I really loved them, but I never thought that Daniel Caesar would be my cup of tea, because I'm just like...
all his albums good.
All of them? Even the recent one that came out last
all
year?
Of his albums good.
I'm going to listen to them all. But yeah, Freudian, I've always wanted to hear it, but especially back then, I really wasn't into it. Then the whole him being a coon thing surfaced about him defending white women.
You think I cared? I still was blasting it.
Well, I'm just like, is this music really worth getting into? Because I only had like 2 tracks to go off of for Daniel Caesar. He doesn't really do any features where I'm just like, oh, that was outstanding. Not like a Brent Faiyaz. So yeah.
Yeah, Brent do not compare to no Daniel Caesar. Daniel Caesar just blow that boy out the water, bro. That boy can sing. Big old gap.
Oh, yeah.
He got that gap. I think that helps him.
And then plus, this video keeps popping up in my recommended on YouTube. The downfall of the golden child of R&B. You know, it's Daniel Caesar or whatever. And so I was like, all right.
That new album was fire, though. So.
It was? Yeah. But, you know, in terms of like the general consensus and where these songs was at, because this is when we was working at the place with the blue banner.
Yeah.
Whenever I would listen to the radio in the morning, because I just didn't feel like putting my Bluetooth on, one of his songs was always playing. It was either that first track or the one with Kali Uchis or the one with her.
Yeah.
One of them songs was always playing on the radio. So those songs were hits.
It's crazy when they became hits, the songs was already big on the internet like crazy. Yeah. And then they started.
But you know, on the internet, they could get big, but sometimes don't translate to real life.
I've been helping out Daniel Caesar's his career since 2014, I believe.
That's why I graduated high school.
His EP he had on SoundCloud. Hey, bro, I've been watching it ever since, man. Mm-hmm. I'm always tapped in, man. I'm telling you, bro.
But last person I listened to, or last group I listened to, was Planet Giza, because I listened to Freudian.
I don't know Planet Giza.
They're from Canada, I think, or Montreal. This is the cover right here. That's their EP. This was their album that they came out with last year.
Planet Giza. Wow, it looks familiar.
They kind of remind me of De La Soul a bit from the look. But Planet Giza is this Canadian group, R&B-ish, rap-ish. You know, they fit that urban territory that I told you about a few pods ago. And they came up in a recommended right after I listened to the Daniel Caesar project. And it was just one song that came up in the recommended. I said, oh, I got to listen to whatever that was off of.
Yeah.
I listened to the whole project. It was an EP. I'm like, oh, this is a 5 out of 5.
Oh, I'm following them.
And it's Don't Throw Rocks at...
That's, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is Don't Throw Rocks at the Moon. I heard that EP, 6 tracks or 7 tracks. I was like, all right, I'm in there. Let me go to their latest album, Ready When You Are, 5 out of 5 project. I think Nick Jenkins even features on there. Fire. That was like, all right, let me go to their first project, Added Sugar. Fire. I'm like, all right, Planet Giza,
stuff dope?
You got me.
Why do I follow them?
Because one is a rapper and I think the other 2 are producers.
But I'm saying I'm following them, so I know something.
Maybe you listened to them during that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Planet Giza is definitely one of the outstanding things I've listened to this whole weekend. I'm just like, dang, this bumps.
I be so tapped in, I don't even know it. I'm just saying, bro. That's so crazy.
You got that phone tapped the way that you dialed in?
Bro,
that's such a goat bar.
So,
it's
maybe
corny
so,
bar,
bro.
it's a goat bar.
Maybe so, man.
But yeah, that's all I've been listening to for what we've been jamming since the live podcast episode.
Yeah, man. Nothing. I play music, but it's just songs. I be working to play stuff, but
that you've had in rotation.
Yeah, but like albums, bro, I haven't listened to an album, bro. Unless it's the Mac Homie album. I talked about that a little bit last week, so that's it.
No, the Rich Haitian or something like that.
But no, Rich Ass Haitian. that 03 Greedo feature on that. Oh, bro, I love that hook.
No, I looked at that the other day, and I just remembered all the people glazing on Twitter. I said, nope. Nope.
Yeah. One day we're going to have a discussion about those type of group of like people and also the fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the fans of people of like really the undergroundish sound, like a Mike, the Arm & Hammer, the Griselda people, or Griselda with what's the boy Rocky? No,
Rock Marciano?
Nah, not him too. The guy that's under Bodie James, Rome Lanes.
I don't know him.
Rome
Streets?
Yeah, Rome Streets.
Rome Lanes?
I told you the guy in the street guy. I don't know. Rome Streets.
He's with Griselda.
Yeah, so the Griselda camp, all them, they just be glazing them. I'm like, dude.
Rome Lanes? I
don't know.
That's so funny though. Rome Lanes is hilarious.
I know, man. I didn't know. But yeah, when it comes to that sector of hip-hop Twitter, all they do is glaze. I guess my thing is this. Give me a little criticism at least. Like, tell me what you didn't like. I get it. Some people on Twitter, because I interacted with some today. Yeah. It's funny how people always want to, claim their hate for something, but when people want to claim their love for something, they want to hate on it too. Yeah. I say yes, because not everything is a goddamn 5 out of 5. Because if I said something's a 5 out of 5, someone's gonna say, "Cap, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad." I just want people to be realistic. Yeah. I can still say something's a 10 out of 10, but I didn't like this.
Yeah. One thing I love now about the new underground listeners and stuff that they're following is that they're more open to being like, yo, Travis Scott's my favorite artist, or they're more open now. Back when I was like coming up and getting into underground, like it got to a point where we hated on mainstream music and stuff like that. So what I like now, I know they could be annoying, but
I think some of them are still like that though.
I think this is a small portion.
Nah, because who's saying, oh yeah, Moneybagg Yo is my favorite artist?
But bro,
I think it was because musically, some mainstream artists are a bit more varied.
But Moneybagg Yo is not a big artist like that.
He's a huge artist.
No, but I'm saying
and the rapping.
But you gotta understand, like his sector. Like when somebody back then was like, "Oh, I'm a huge LP fan," they crap on Jay-Z. Jay-Z is a lyricist and he's a big artist.
I'm talking about.
But Moneybagg Yo is
good mainstream. That's what you mean?
Yeah, I'm talking about. They'll be more open. They just not, come on, bro. I don't like Moneybagg Yo, and I'm more open to listen to anything.
Well, I'm saying like they'll crap on them.
Yeah, I crap on them too. That's Moneybagg Yo. Like, nobody care about him. I'm just saying, like, when there's an artist that has a lot of followers, that's a big name, back then, they used to try to crap on those people because, you commercialize, you this, you that. Moneybagg Yo is not the type of guy you're going to see on a commercial and having this brand deal or something like that. That's what I'm saying. He's not. He's not a freaking Travis Scott having a shoe deal.
He's not on the same level, Jay-Z. But I think he's one of those mainstream artists that's maintained relevancy over the time. Bro. To be able, not on the same level as Travis. I'm not saying that. Because Travis to me is on a different tier because he's also had that crossover appeal.
So like what lane is Moneybagg Yo?
I'd say like in the mainstream rapper lane, the radio lane. Like people that you know are going to have a radio single.
I'm out.
Kind of like how Nelly always had a radio single each album.
But Nelly was. So you saying?
No, I'm giving you an analogy, not a one.
You got to give me somebody that I can actually understand. Because you saying Nelly and Moneybagg Yo, I don't understand that. Because Moneybagg Yo is more in the streets. And yes, he has some radio songs.
Remember when we had that conversation, kind of when we talked about how trap artists are mostly the ones that are in the mainstream. He's that one. Like he's the face of that to me.
Moneybagg Yo.
In terms of he got some big hits. He got a lot of certified bangers. Like, I don't know what they call it, certified platinum, whatever. He got a lot of them. I think you downplaying how big he is.
I don't know how big he is, bro.
Pause on that, because that sounded crazy just now. But I think you really downplaying Moneybagg Yo.
His monthly listening's not crazy.
11.6?
Yeah, that's not too crazy.
But look at, like, the streams he has on some of these songs.
Yeah,
those are crazy stream numbers. Those are crazy stream numbers.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like...
He's always gonna be that one guy that always.
I'm talking about like a middle of the lane guy, like somebody like when you say Moneybagg Yo, He's just.
And I'm only talking about in reference of rap, hip hop, the urban.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Moneybagg Yo it's a different sector. Like he's like Key Glock and all them. They over there.
Key Glock is like under.
Yeah, he's probably smaller, but you have different sectors of like trap music and like okay, you had Chief Keef, right? You had drill music, right? Mm-hmm. But you also have like other guys in like Atlanta that have their little sound. I feel like it's different, like who's bigger. So like right now, remember like in 2007, you had like Boosie and Lil Webby and all them type of people. I feel like Moneybagg Yo is probably that sector of them guys. Like they go have some radio songs. And all that? Yeah, like that. They probably in that era. But I'm like,
I agree, but I think the difference with Moneybagg Yo is that he's always had a hit within these recent years.
What was his last hit that you know about? And how long ago was it?
Because Ocean Spray is like the last one, 66. And yes, I've heard this song. I just don't like it.
What year it came out?
It came out, I'm trying not to play the song.
Is it on the radio?
2023.
Is it on the radio?
That's 6.
At this point, I don't really. I'm saying I never heard it. I don't listen to the radio, but I'm saying I never heard it
because I don't remember how the song goes.
Because usually when a Moneybagg Yo song, like if it's a song that's big, I'm gonna hear the song. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's some song that's big, you can't escape it. So it's Moneybagg Yo songs I know that was on the radio that I didn't escape because I'm like, yo, this is a big song. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying I don't think that's one of those, bro. I don't think he's the artist you think he is.
I think he's one of those artists that people like. He's been doing stuff, and while we haven't really been paying attention, he's been racking it up back there.
I don't know, bro.
I think so.
I'm trying to see what type of. I don't know the lane you're trying to.
I get what you're trying to put Moneybagg Yo in, and he is that lane, but he's like one of those front runners of that lane to where it's like he's like super mainstream amongst like everyone in hip hop should know him. Like I mean, not should, but they do know him. Yeah, it's like a tier between the Nelly and the group of Boosie and all of them that you said. So because Boosie never had that many hits when you look back at it. Yeah, he only had like 2 hits.
Yeah, but look, this is what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. So, a Gunna, a Little Baby, right? A guy from the underground will like them. You get what I'm saying? A guy from the underground will appreciate Gunna, Lil Baby, some Young Thug. I'm saying them type of guys. Not no freaking Moneybagg Yo. Why are you bringing up Moneybagg Yo to talk like this?
I'm saying people will crap on him.
Yeah, I will crap on Moneybagg Yo. I won't listen to that crap. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, look, Gunna is a guy that's like mainstream. People know who Gunna is. But look,
where like they have a very distinguishable sound.
Listen. In 2012. Guys that was younger would crap on that was into the underground. That's listening to rock more shit. But I'm saying now, the new kids and new guys, like, they're more open with, they like more mainstream as well.
But I think it's only certain mainstreams.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
How about this more stylized mainstreamers? Like people that you know have a distinct sound that no one replicates.
Yeah, but like with freaking Moneybagg Yo, he sound like any other Memphis rapper.
That's what I'm saying.
Like nobody cares about him. But I'm saying when it comes to when a lot of people like somebody, they be like, oh, he too mainstream. I don't like him. Moneybagg Yo is not that guy. He's not that guy that everybody likes. Like somebody that everybody likes is like a Gunna, a Lil Baby or something like that.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. Moneybagg Yo is not on their level.
But see how you crapping on him now? You're proving my point, B. You're proving my point.
I just said I crap on him.
Exactly.
But I'm more open.
My point.
But I'm more open to listen to somebody like Gunna that has way more praise than somebody like Moneybagg Yo.
But will you say that Gunna has a bit more of a distinguishable style than Moneybagg Yo?
The Moneybagg Yo? I guess how he raps,
but sound wise, you know, Gunna has that certain like.
He has a more accessible sound to everybody.
And you know, he has a certain.
That's what I'm trying to say. I would be more open to saying I like that, and back then I would crap on it. Back then I would crap.
Saying, but mainstream is way different compared to back then because mainstream artists back then they all were sounding the same. B.
Mainstream artists back then were sounding the same. Like in what time?
Bling era.
So Nelly sounded like Ludacris?
Yes.
How? How did Nelly sound like Ludacris?
Hit-wise, yes.
How?
What do you mean?
Nelly was making R&B music. Come on, what are you talking about?
No, you only got Dilemma on your belt saying that one.
So what do Hot in Here sound like from Luda?
Who?
Hot in Here. That's I'm talking about. It's getting hot in here.
That's not an R&B like song.
I'm just saying. But Nelly was. I'm saying Nelly was in that lane. He also was in the lane when he did a country song. I'm just saying, like, bro, like he with Tim McGraw, whoever it was. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just saying, bro, they did not sound the same. Eminem was mainstream. Who said him like Eminem that was in the mainstream? Jay-Z, Kanye West.
But also, we know that Eminem started from the underground.
No, but I'm saying it's always a sector of people.
You can't say that though because Nelly didn't start from the underground like that.
Who said people started from the underground? What are you talking about?
Some people did.
Who?
Eminem.
B. He was a battle rapper.
Underground.
He was a freaking battle rapper, bro. That's a different sector. That's his own sector.
Is that still not underground? Because not a whole bunch of people.
Oh yeah. Oh, so I'm underground because I just put out a song yesterday.
Yes.
They don't make me underground.
You are though.
It's a sound, B.
Underground is not a sound no more. It's all about, especially back then too, numbers. Because back then, there really wasn't no See, there was a difference back then between underground, backpacker, which backpackers and undergrounders basically were kind of synonymous almost, and then the bling rappers.
Come on, bro. It's a sound. B.
It's not a sound.
So it's Big Crit Underground.
See, that's complicated because it's like numbers-wise, yes. But in terms of like sound, no.
Number-wise, that don't make you... Look, Meek Mill, look at his numbers. He's not underground. He's Meek Mill.
That's because he fell off. That's a difference.
It don't mean anything. Because you fall back to underground? If you said his numbers, so that means you going back down.
You actually can't fall back to the underground. You can. I forgot the rapper because I was thinking about him the other day. Ooh. You can't... I just said I forgot. But there was a rapper
underground now since he fell down?
He's been maintaining his underground relevancy. I forgot who it is, though. I forgot who it was, but I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking about to bring him up. I forgot what conversation we was having.
Like he rap, or he's like he had a big.
I forgot. I forgot who it was. Yeah. The only person I could kind of remember us having a conversation about kind of like that was Earl, where you say he was bigger, but he kind of came down.
Yeah, just from.
But I'm thinking, I was like, it's somebody else I was thinking about. It's not Earl though. But I was like, I had him because I was listening to him the other day.
I'm saying Earl went to an underground sound, but Earl is not underground. Like as a known name, he's not. It's just his sound. Like, look at Alchemist. He has an underground sound, but he can make beats with anybody.
I think he's a mainstream underground artist. I'll say that. I think there could be.
So which one is it, mainstream or underground? What is
you could have you could have someone from the underground that's mainstream.
It's a sound because underground is a sound.
Okay.
You could go people like, yo, I'm independent. I'm this. We sound different from y'all, bro.
So Chance is that?
No, Chance is not an underground rapper.
He sounds different, and he's independent.
His sound is not underground sound though.
So it has to be a sound for it to be.
It's a sound, bro.
So is Destroy Lonely underground? And
do they have that They say they have what they consider themselves the underground
trap? Not them. They're considered rage music if you want to go by genre.
So that's their sound.
But people on the internet can call that the underground. Them people that sound like Yeet, they call Yeet underground.
I'm gonna break it down to you.
So look, they called Yeet underground.
I'm gonna break it down to you. Mm-hmm. It's a sound. So like when you had Puya, you had what's his name? You had Puya, Fat Nick. You had so many of these guys. The guy from Bones. You had all these guys, right? Mm-hmm. They whole thing was underground trap. Mm-hmm. They had more of like a 3-6 sound, mm-hmm. but it was independent. Mm-hmm. And it was a different sound when it had the flows, right? And they called it underground trap.
Keep doing that. I'm gonna look at something on Twitter.
So like what I'm saying is they could call something underground. Like remember we talked about the summers and the autumns. They consider that underground, right?
Yes.
But they consider it underground from the sound that it has, and it's not as mainstream as the others.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I said in those videos there's a different underground.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it's a sound. Like when the underground we're speaking of is the old underground, not the new genres. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about the old sound.
But I guess my thing is this: can there be an overall underground if that's the case?
I feel like it's like how hip hop has, as it expanded, it's more subgenres. It's subgenre now. Since we've been having this discussion, I was like, mm-hmm. when I was like, I don't know these people how they underground, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I get to a point where it's like, okay, it's just subgenres underground. Because now I'm thinking about, I can't be saying this. I'm contradicting myself because I remember back in 2014, I was calling Puya and Fat Nick, trap underground trap music. So it's like, I was contradicting myself on that. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm saying it's a sound, and this sound is not as polished. It's not as mainstream. It's like they not reaching for this. I'm not doing a whole course, this and that. Oh, I just got this. I'm just rapping on this freaking dark beat. Is you know what I'm saying? Like it's different things to it. It's different subgenres to the underground as well now. Cause you, like you said, you have
Ken Carson's Destroy Lonelies.
Yeah.
Yeats,
and they consider like underground.
Yes.
When it comes to like a mainstream sound.
But also because of their numbers, they wasn't pulling in numbers like, like a Moneybagg Yo or like a Rod Wave now or like a Polo G. Mm-hmm. So they also factor in the number aspect. So that's where this conversation gets a lot muddy because underground isn't what it used to be. And there's like so many different sectors to where it's like the actual term of underground gets so muddy to where it's like, underground doesn't have a sound no more. Because like I said, I could look at that page I was just looking at. This page is called Underground Sound. No shade to any of them or anything like that. But you probably don't know none of these artists on this list right here. XTSY Asterisk, Too Gnarly, Rex V2, Virgin Slat, Fawe, Pharrell B, Coas. Like, you don't know any of these people. But it's like, it's still that underground thing where it's like, those are like,
all of them make kind of like the same music when it comes to like that King Carson sound.
I think kind of like
because like Abstract and all that type of stuff. Just from the titles of their names, you know they're in like the same type of genre.
But
so
also
that's their
like,
underground sound.
But also kind of like I guess my thing is this. So you telling me that Playboi Carti, someone who is mainstream, created a whole underground sound for a whole bunch of rappers to just be underground in that
So this is what he do.
But it's also still popular.
So it's like
because kids love that stuff.
Yeah, it's like when you come into like let's say me, I start this whole little sound, right? Then like, yo, this is guy, nobody sound like him, like this little, I don't know, he's like an independent artist, but we're gonna call this, because it's kind of falls off a tree of a Young Thug, but he has his own little thing, so he's like this underground, I don't know,
we get that Young Beauty for right now.
But then boom, I blow up, right? And then I have a lot of babies, and those babies are those guys, and everybody gonna call them, yeah, they underground this genre, this subgenre, this what they underground has. I say that's how it is now. Like you said, yeah, the underground don't have a sound no more, because remember, like, you had Jay-Z and then you had MF Doom.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about.
You didn't have multiple subgenres. So now you have so many subgenres.
Because back then, underground, you had to be able to rap.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, it was a different thing. So now it's just so many. So I get what you're saying. But I also, you understand what I was saying though, right? Like,
go back to that point that you were saying.
Like saying, like, you can't be, I don't think it comes from, oh, I'm so high, now I'm not underground, then I go down. I'm a mainstream guy, now I'm kicked down back to the underground. Just from numbers. I think it's a sound.
So
of the genre.
I think I know an example. I think I know an example.
But look,
go ahead.
Cause let's say boom, like I said, I blow up, everybody know me, now I'm mainstream. But I still have that sound that I started from the underground, and it's still people making it. Okay, but they just not as big as me.
So let me.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's still the sound.
Let me piggyback off that, because someone like Chamillionaire, you know, I used to listen to him a whole bunch.
Right.
Chamillionaire has arguably the biggest hit from Texas, which is Riding Dirty.
Riding Dirty.
I think it's arguably the biggest.
What you mean, like out of Houston rappers? Because not an artist out of Texas.
No, I don't think he's the biggest artist. I think song-wise, in terms of like being iconic and all that.
I'm saying you gotta think of Beyonce. She's from Texas.
I keep forgetting that. Biggest rapper. How about that? Biggest rapper song.
You don't think Mike Jones?
I think Mike Jones is second. Riding Dirty was in commercials. Back then, it wasn't. Back then, it's still like super.
I say as a song, but more iconic. I think who Mike Jones.
Oh no, okay.
Is bigger than.
But also, you know I'm riding dirty.
That's a huge song. It's like with Weird Al, the Riding Dirty and all that. Yeah.
So we can say that they're neck and neck.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that. Big commercial success album wise. He comes on with a second album, still a commercial success. He didn't have any huge hit off of it.
Yeah.
But also after that, he was still coming out with mixtapes and albums and EPs, but no one heard about it.
Yeah.
But that still was kind of like deemed underground. I think that might have been the artist I was thinking about. Because it's like, think about Chamillionaire. You didn't really listen or know about his stuff after his first two albums, which, I mean, you probably didn't care about his first two albums.
No, but I would listen to him when I was a kid with him and Paul Wall.
Yeah, underground, became mainstream, got back underground. Because no one knows. Best example, Jorge. He didn't even know that Chamillionaire was making music. And then I told him about the mixtape.
But how would he be? He's not underground no more, though.
I think you can't fall back into that. He was independent. He became independent.
He still makes the same sound. He's just not a bigger artist. He's not mainstream no more.
So you don't think that he could go back to being underground, even if he releases music and he doesn't do the same numbers and stuff, or has the same amount of people talking about him and things like that?
Because he's still making the same type of music. He still has that.
So you think underground is literally just the sound? I think it has to be that sound, whatever sound underground is.
I feel like you will always be, in a way, associated with the underground.
So you don't think that he was associated with the underground because he started with Paul Wall? Then he blew up?
No, because I'm from Texas. I'm from Houston. This was all I knew. It was at the time. It wasn't no underground to me.
But you know, generally though, it was.
And then he became a big artist.
So
he's a Houston artist.
Take your Houston experience out and look at it from a broader aspect. No one knows what In Love With My Money is outside of Texas like that.
I don't know, man. I think it's different, bro. I don't feel that way because even in Atlanta, they have their own sound. There's so many people in Atlanta that know an artist that's just he local artist, But we wouldn't consider him an underground artist. We just don't know who he is. We don't know him.
Oh, so like I said, is underground a sound?
I said the underground. How I was pushing it, like you have Jay-Z and them, you got MF Doom. It's a different sound. Yes. I said underground to me is associated with a sound. Somebody can blow up and be a mainstream artist, but the underground, they still affiliated with that underground sound because they still have other people up under them. Yes, they less known, but they still have this sound. You get what I mean? Like, it is a sound. Underground has a sound. Like, it's like less polished. It's probably more muddy. It's probably this. You can tell they like independent. They don't got much stuff to work with. Like, it's a sound to it. It's always a sound.
And you don't think Chameleon could have done that same thing?
No, you know why? Because that boy makes mad money in tech. Like, he's a good investment.
But you bringing so his outside of music though.
But he's making Houston music. It's his own genre. That's in the Texas. It's not underground Houston music. It's Houston music. He's just not mainstream no more.
I don't think it was Houston music that he was making. I will say that the sound was different compared to the other Houston artists that was making music as well. It's very the projects that I listen to. Yes,
I get. What you saying? Like his newer stuff?
But his
is it more modern now? I haven't heard.
Well, I'm talking about when he was coming out with stuff.
But I would never say Chameleon as an underground artist.
But he became underground.
How? Because he's not mainstream no more. So Rakim is
not mainstream
no. You're not underground. You're just not in the mainstream no more. You're not a big artist.
But he was still making music and had that huge cult well, not huge, but he still had that cult fan base. You don't think that that's underground? I think you could fall from mainstream back to underground. I think you can.
I think you fall off.
You can fall off because there's people like Meek Mill. Meek Mill ain't making no underground music. But like he's making still the mainstream sounding music. He's not making the raps or anything.
So Chameleon that rapping on Static Selector beats and like Alchemist beats.
No, but also during that, you gotta think about during that time, he was getting producers that no one heard of ever. Back then, on his EPs and stuff, mixtapes.
I think the underground is always
so is Big Crit underground?
It's Big Crit. No, I asked you that.
I know, and I said it's hard to quantify that because it's like he never was really huge. He had a Def Jam deal, but also he was also still considered somewhat underground from the masses so like, that were fans of Big Crit.
So like the whole so
that's where the confusing part is. It's like, are you underground? You have a Def Jam major label deal.
I chose Big Crit because it kind of helps your point in a way because you gotta think about it. When the internet started getting to play, that's when all this subgenre stuff started. You had the blog era. You know what I'm saying? So you had different sounds of all these people in the blog era. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is when hip hop took a shift. You get what I mean?
No, okay. We're still going.
So I'm saying like with Big Crit, I wouldn't consider him underground.
But a lot of people would though.
Because like, a lot of people right now?
A lot of people don't know who Big Crit is. A lot of people don't be.
Name me an underground artist that been on the Breakfast Club.
An underground artist?
Yeah.
You give me some underground artists.
Is
LP underground?
Not no more with Run the Jewels. Run the Jewels not. That's a big commercial
but
thing.
Is that still like underground though?
LP as him, he's underground. Because he has his own sound. He had a whole independent label he started. Underground sound. I'm independent as like that was a whole thing. He's the definition of underground sound back in that day. Because like now we going back.
Well, yeah, I'm saying back then, there was like a clear underground sound. I'm not talking about.
But I'm saying I helped your point when I asked you, is Big Crit underground?
But that's what I'm saying. It's hard to quantify that now. Ever since the blog era, it's muddied that.
And that's when I'm like, it's different now. But I'm saying it's always associated with a sound. But with the blog era, it's a totally different thing. Yes.
I feel like now, no.
I think now it's still affiliated with a sound, B. It's just more sounds.
So what is Big Crit for you?
Big Crit, see, that's why I brought them up.
See, that's why that's the hard part about
Big Crit, I wouldn't consider him underground. If I'm going to do it, he's not underground. He's not. Big Crit is not underground.
I think he is.
I don't.
But why not?
I don't think Big Crit is because he had the light on him. He actually been praised for an album more than like a somebody that a placement at an underground art album wouldn't even get placed. Like Rock Marciano.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know many people that have heard many Big Crit albums. I mean, just a Big Crit album.
It's because he's not as big, but I feel like he had more eyes on him than a typical underground artist that I listen to.
But do you think so? Did the underground really?
And he had XXL. He had the XXL placement, even though it's some people that had XXL placements that was like, Fred the Godson. A lot of these guys were still considered like people that loved them in like, indie underground music. But like with Big Crit, he had more of a push. He was the mid tier of like a Wiz Khalifa, like the Currencies. I feel like he had more push when it came to the label he was with and him getting on like people to be on like Hot 97, Breakfast Clubs and stuff like that. I don't think he's an underground artist. I feel like if they, let's say like with one thing
how
about
come he could come out with an album called Live from the Underground and no one has a problem with that?
Like, why would people have a problem with it?
Because
UGK called themselves the Underground Kings.
Yeah, but also they were underground at that time because they weren't as known. See, that's the thing. Everybody quantifies underground as something different. Yeah. Either from a numbers aspect or, like you said, a sound. I think underground never really had a... I get what you mean back then for underground, but I feel like underground has never really had a specific... Because
it could be, oh, I'm underground because, oh, nobody knew about me. Exactly. Or I'm underground because I'm affiliated with these people.
Perfect example. D4C. D4C. D2X. That's his name. D4C. Yeah. I'm thinking of JoJo's. That's one of the characters in JoJo's. Oh, God. But D2X.
He wouldn't be considered underground in the sound, but he'll be considered underground because nobody knows him.
Numbers. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's hard to quantify what underground is because of numbers. Because there's no specific, boom, this is the sound. I get what you mean because there could be an underground sound, but I also think a lot of people also take into consideration numbers when it comes to the underground as well. That's why I think there's that differing point right there.
So what about like independency? Like, is Chief Keef underground now?
Chief Keef is not a household name, but he's so big in terms of like kids love him. But I think it's a thing of like people don't really listen to him like that anymore because a lot of people outgrew him, or because of the era that we came out in and that he's coming out in now. If you don't release back to back like that, you're gonna kind of be like left to the wayside. People don't really care no more.
I don't know. I still think
because even then, Big Crit. He came out with a project like a few months ago. No one talked about it. Sci-Hi came out with a few projects months ago. No one talked about it. Or years ago. A year or two ago. No one's ever talked about, here's a big placement for a Sci-Hi album.
Like, me as a hip-hop fan, you say you're not a hip-hop head.
I'm not a hip-hop head because I don't like what's associated.
I'm a hip-hop head. I say it. Because I love hip-hop. From top to bottom, I listen to like everything. Some stuff I hate, some I love. You know what I mean? When I hear underground, just from my years of being in this genre, underground is more associated when it comes to sound. But artists could be like, "Oh, I'm coming live from the underground because nobody knew about me." That's what UGK went from it. They came out 95, 92 with Hard to Swallow's 92.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So 92, right? Nobody know who they are,
especially coming from the South.
But you gotta look in the East Coast. You'll go look at like magnetic MCs from. You'll look at Kool Keith, then you'll go look at the genre and it say underground New York hip hop. But if you put up,
but
UGK,
where would you see that genre at though? Where would you see that at?
What do you mean
that label? Where would you see that label at?
Probably like at Wikipedia or something. If you
but see, Wikipedia be putting multiple labels under everything. Though.
Yeah, but I'm saying they probably have one. They might have like one label because if you look at Vince Staples album, it just say West Coast hip hop. I'm just saying some stuff is cut and dry. Yeah. So I'm like, I think it's just me. Most of the underground artists I listened to was from New York, especially like in the sound how it was because New York is the Mecca. So it's like. I think it could mean certain things in different places, and from certain artists. Because maybe UGK had they sound. We the South. Nobody really sound like us. We had Ghetto Boys. They had they got signed like Def Jam and all and whatever. I know they was with.
I'm not sure.
No, they was Scarface that had like a thing, but I know they was with
Jive, something like that.
Yeah. Was it Jive?
I think Scarface was with Jive.
Besides, I know they would.
Or Rap a Lot.
I know they was with Rap a Lot. I know. I'm saying I know Ghetto Boys with Rap a Lot. That's underground or whatever independent label in Houston. I know that. But I'm saying when it comes to like saying that, I think it means something different from an artist saying like, "Yo, we the underground kings," than someone saying like, this is rapper. He in the underground. This is like Rock Marciano or like Griselda or something like that. I just think. You can associate it with a sound, or like artists can associate just state placement of like I haven't made it. Nobody know who I am yet. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I don't even think Rock Marciano would consider himself like say, oh yeah, I'm underground this, but the fans do. So I think it's like a fans thing.
That's what I'm saying. Underground is different, especially depending on who you ask. I don't think underground necessarily has a specific definition anymore.
I agree with you now, but I'm saying that, but I'm just talking. I don't even look. We've been talking about this so much. I don't remember what a root of this started.
Mm-hmm. Something about underground people. I mean, underground fans could like so and so.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Like, more people now could be like into everything than just being. Oh yeah, I just want to listen to these rappers right here that's just rapping.
I agree, but I will say that there is still okay. This is a better way to articulate what I'm saying. There is still some elitism when it comes from people who listen to underground hip hop predominantly.
It's both. It's top and bottom.
Yes, but I think it's like, oh, I'm a superior elite because of I think it's one of those. I'm a more intellectual elite coming from the underground fans versus mainstream fans. Oh, y'all just don't have good numbers. I think it's one of those, like, it's a tit for tat type thing. Like, none of them are, like, really correlating on the same argument.
I think it's more people that won't listen to that underground stuff, and it's less elitist now. It used to be way more in the underground people.
Yes, I agree.
But I'm saying up top, they're like, man, I ain't listen to that crap.
In terms of percentage-wise,
because you could tell from the numbers. So, I get what you're saying, but I think it's still some people like that, but I don't see them that much. And I'm influenced, like, I'm in, like, mad discourse with, like, all these people. Like, some of the people you see on Twitter, they in the discourse I be in. So I'm like, most of them listen to like Playboi Carti and all these people, bro. Like, but they still also collect and listen to underground hip hop as well. I think I see more people that's just listening to everything as a whole than people be like, oh, this is trash. You like him? I used to see a lot of that back when I still
up. Do.
I don't see much of that, bro.
I do.
I don't know how you see it, B. This boy timeline is insane.
Well, you know me, B. I be having the hater energy. I wake up literally early in the day just to get my hate started off.
And they be young guys?
Young and our age. Sometimes older, too.
Older guys I can see because they don't like none of this.
But it really be the younger guys, though. They be like, oh, you listen to so-and-so? Come on, you know he can't make music as good as so-and-so. It's those type of things where it's like, it comes from a young perspective of like, oh, I go with the stereotype of what I've heard on the internet from growing up, instead of experiencing it. Kind of like what I was telling you the other day when I was having a conversation with Russ. Shout out to Russ. He compared the Drake and Kendrick thing, like Drake can never make a song like this. Whereas like you kind of down in Drake to big up Kendrick, and we already know that everyone loves Kendrick. But it's one of those things where it's like I look down at this guy because he just makes the radio hits. Versus I like this guy because he's a lyrical guy.
Because his songs Drake
is more adjacent to underground hip hop.
It's stuff Drake can do, Kendrick can't do.
Well, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree that there needs to be a balance of people needing to do their different things. But I think there's always going to be that part of, that's why I said the elitism, where there's always there's that elitist, and they're very prevalent still. Where it's like, I don't think y'all really taking in the totality of the whole situation of why certain artists need to be here and why certain artists shouldn't do this and that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's still elitism. When I commented on that post, a whole bunch of people, why Drake can never do that. Why are you comparing Drake to this? So. I never said Drake needs to be lyrical. I'm just saying, why would I want Drake to make Cry About Me, sing a song, Thirst, whatever it's called. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think it's less in the underground
than
it used to be. Because it's still less people that listen to it. You got to think about it.
I agree. No, I'm saying I agree percentage-wise, but I think there's literally more by numbers because there's more people in the hip-hop. That's what I'm saying.
I don't believe so, Pete.
I think so. There's still some elitism.
I know that. I'm not.
I'm saying I don't
think it's as much as it used to be.
There's a whole bunch more people doing it
because it's so much.
But percentage-wise, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I think it's because like, bro, I used to see it like nonstop on my timeline as well from like 2009.
To me, it's half and half.
Yeah, I used to see it all the time. Bro.
That's why I'm not going to quantify the number, but obviously by numbers, it's obviously lessened because I see less of it. Because, basically on forums and stuff back then, you would see a lot more of it. Numbers-wise, there are more elitists because there are more people into the genre as fans.
And
but as a percentage, yes, it has lessened.
Yeah, because I think it's more because I'm saying it's more people more on a J. Cole, a Kendrick, and Drake. Than anything to do with rock when it comes to like anything to do with the low tier guys, what they would call them. Like it's less people being like, it's more people that be like, oh, I see people say, oh, y'all talk about Kendrick, but hey, yo, Bailey Woods will smoke him or something like that. But I'm like, come on. Some people ain't gonna know, like the hell is Billy Woods? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I think it's more, I feel like we said percentage-wise is less, but I just don't see it as much as I used to.
See, I still see it.
Yeah.
So I still see it. So that's where it comes into play. Yeah. Everything here is going to be subjective because we can't quantify this because there's no way of us to measure this unless we do that literal.
Me as an underground, mainstream, whatever, I will never say Billy Woods will make better music than Kendrick Lamar. I can say he rap better. He a better lyricist. I feel his lyrics more, but I'd never say musically, song wise, I wouldn't do that. Some people
you wouldn't, but there's going to be some people that will. Yeah. Like I said, there's elitists still. I think there's more elitists numbers wise. But percentage-wise, yes, it has lessened. Yeah. But that comes with growing, a bigger, broader audience. Yeah.
I just think more people listen to everything now.
I do agree. No, I agree.
That's why I think it's less of the elitists.
But that's why I'm saying the elitist has lessened percentage-wise. So obviously, when the more people come in, there's more people that's open to both sides. That's what I'm saying.
But you said it's just more of them, just because more people listen to it.
Yeah, so
that's what gets me confused.
If it's 100 people, right, that's in the hip hop. Mm-hmm. 75% of them are into mainstream. 25% of them are into
underground music.
Now we have 1,000 fans. Yeah. Boom. 75% of them are still into mainstream. 25 are still into underground. Yeah. There's still a bigger number of more elitists now. Yeah. But there's also it comes with the bigger audience. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The sample size is growing, therefore we have more to choose from.
But it stays the same in a way. Because the bigger because we know that.
Okay, how about this? Because that was a bad example. Because I was making it 2-1 in terms of like numbers. Let's now get a little bit more realistic with this. 100 people are fans. Yeah. 40% are underground elitists. 60%
are mainstream.
Mainstream. Boom. Now we have 1 million. Mm-hmm. That 40 turns into a 20% elitists. Mm-hmm. And the other 80% are mainstream. Mm-hmm. We still have more elitists, way more than we did with the 100 number, but there's still more elitists. Mm-hmm. But because the sample size got bigger and the percentage grew smaller, overall, and because we have a bigger audience, yes, there are more elitists than there were back then, but the sample size from that has made it look smaller. Yeah.
But me going by history is more people listening to everything, so I feel like it lessens. Mm-hmm. If I'm gonna go,
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it lessened,
but you're still saying it's more.
No, numbers wise. So in that,
how do we know that it's more though?
And that
because that's you can't. It's hard.
That's why I just said we can't quantify this unless we do an actual vote, which we can't.
That's what I'm saying. But we can quantify is more people listen to everything. That's why I'm going by that. Mm-hmm. That's
only because mainstream. Because
at that point we're just saying because like we don't know, but we could tell more people listen to everything now.
Yes,
that's my whole point.
But I'm also saying there's more elitist out too. I said sample size. You gotta look at the sample. You gotta look at the sample.
Oh my god, this guy right here. You gotta look at the sample. I want to go by history and numbers. It's more people listening.
You can't go by numbers because there's no way to judge that.
It's more. It's a way we can judge that more people listening to underground.
We now.
Bro, Mac Homie has almost 1 million freaking monthly listeners now.
But we can't see who all that listens to Mac Homie also listens to J. Cole. We can go by probability.
I can go by,
but we can't go by for sure.
Bro,
we can't go by for sure.
You can do your freaking Spotify actually helps you with that. When it comes to like, you press something and it ends it and it plays something else. Yes. What other people listen to in that.
We cannot do that because
and even if I go on Twitter, I know mad people. I know a dude that's huge on Twitter, like very popular. He listened to Mac Homie, J. Cole, all these people.
I'm not saying these people don't exist.
There's more of them.
There's no way for us to quantify that because we can't get the numbers. We can't get the access to those numbers.
I'm saying we could tell from like you can.
I'm saying yes, we can tell. Yes, there's more people that's in the boat. We don't have the numbers though.
It's all on Spotify. It's all on Apple Music. It's all on Twitter.
Okay,
you see all these people. Bro, I remember people would not even. They'll skip the first song. Like I ain't listen to this crap. Bro, now it's more people that's open minded to listen to things, bro. Yes,
I agree.
That's all I'm trying to say.
I'm saying the bigger percentage-wise. I said the percentage.
No, you just said we don't got the numbers, but we do.
We don't have the numbers. We don't have a literal physical number for us to actually be like, okay, so 43 people. Yeah, we don't have the literal numbers.
You know they do the monthly, the yearly thing at the end. People post their stuff. It'd be so much different type of stuff.
And guess what? Not everybody does it though. So therefore, we don't have the numbers. None of that can be concrete because whatever sample size we choose from, it's going to be a select few people that get that, but that won't dictate the rest of the people that do that. That's what I'm saying. Literally, we cannot judge it because we don't have the numbers, and we never will.
Tie my shoe. Let's go to the next topic because we did not supposed to talk. Because bro, I'm on a time limit.
All right.
Oh my God.
Oh man. But man, that was an interesting conversation right there. Let's go ahead and move on to the news section of the podcast where we are going to be talking about some of the news that's coming out. Hot Boyz is working on a new album. You excited?
I'm very excited, bro.
I'm interested to see where they go with this. I'm interested to see if any of these artists have grown. Yeah. I'm really interested to see what Lil Wayne is going to do on this and Juvenile.
Because I saw Juvie saying he's doing Wayne doing his verses now. So I'm ready. Hey, we gonna review that. So whenever it come out.
Hey. South got something to say. Next project, Larry June and Ninth Wonder, potential collab album. Ninth Wonder says he's sending some Larry June some beats.
I think that'd be dope. Cause
I'm very interested to see what Ninth Wonder would lace Larry June with.
So. You ever listen to Mussolini? The Mussolini underground artist, but he collaborates with Ninth Wonder, which who collaborate with underground artists and mainstream artists.
Keep going.
Anyways, check him out, bro. Check out the Mussolini, and I think the beats that he give him, I wouldn't say he'll give he'll give Larry, but that round because Mussolini, he's like a very he real smooth too, but his voice a little higher pitch. Him and Larry, I'm trying to see I'm hearing his voice, I'm hearing Larry's voice is so different. So I'm actually excited now. Now I'm thinking, I tried to think maybe it could be something like Mussolini that he gives him. But I don't know.
Good job, Larry.
Yeah, dang. Hold up, man. This got me really thinking.
I just know that Larry June's, his ear for production and his beat selection, great. And Ninth Wonder, one of my favorite hip-hop producers. So I know this tape is going to be amazing.
It's going to be soulful.
There's no way that this could fail.
It has to be soulful, though.
This is going to be one of my dream projects I wish Dom Kennedy probably would have done.
Yeah.
This project is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I liked The Great Escape. Oh, yeah. I love The Night Shift or The Late Shift.
That's him and Cardo?
Him and Cardo.
Him and Cardo put out
this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I need Larry June to really come with it. I know Ninth Wonder, his beat production skills, fire.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about what would he give him, what package. Because you got to think about how Larry raps. And I'm trying to think of a Ninth Wonder beat. You get what I mean?
Give him some old school little brother type and stuff.
The tempo has to drop. The tempo.
It has to slow down.
But
also maybe Larry could get in a pocket to where he's slow enough to where he catches the double times of the beat. Where someone would usually rap fast and get 4 bars, he give give the 2. That way it makes it sound just smooth. I think this could be really, really good. I am hyped.
I'm not.
I'm so hyped for this.
Yeah. Man, I just want to see what I know what Larry gonna do. I just want to know. My whole thing is focused on Wonder right now, what he's gonna give him. So, man, that's gonna be.
Yeah, because Ninth Wonder said I've sent him beats about a 20-piece.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to see how that's gonna work. I think it's gonna be dope though.
I hope so. I hope this is an actual project and Larry just 2 for my next album.
Yeah.
No,
we need the whole jank. We need the whole jank.
Yeah.
10, 11, at least 12. At least 12.
Yes. Because I love the night shift the late shift. Next project coming out. Don Toliver, Hardstone Psycho, June 14th. I'm so hyped for this. Right. These recent singles that Don Toliver's been coming out with, from Bandit, In the Water, Lost in the Water, whatever that song is called, which is so heat. Yeah. And now the song with him, Cash Cobain, and Charlie Wilson. I'm like, bro, these features.
I haven't listened to listening to some Donnie Womack or whatever that mixtape he put out.
You never listened to Life of Hell or whatever?
No.
Heaven or Hell?
No.
Life of a Dawn?
No.
You don't need to listen to his last one. His last one's there.
The old one. I
know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I know songs off some of the songs.
Listen to that Life of a Dawn. It is so smooth. I never heard a singer, whatever Don Toliver is. He went on a straight run for them first 2 tracks. I'm like,
I might leave the parking lot bumping it. Maybe.
You off the pod juice right now. As soon as we get done, all his brain cells that he had before going to replace the rest of the pod.
Hey, I'll be jamming like some fucking Jill Scott.
Hey, but yeah, Don Toliver's Hearthstone Psycho. The vinyl's already went up for pre-order. I'm dang near one to pre-order myself because that album's going to be so heat. I need Life of a Dawn on vinyl.
I'm ready for the review and see.
Oh man,
you need to check out that Water or whatever.
Yeah, he was on that single. That single was so hard. And last project coming out. Shout out to Serenity off of Twitter. Because she posted the video of it.
Oh, my bad.
And, NFR.
Yeah.
They did the post thing. And
yeah.
She like, hey, y'all could have retweeted me a little bit. I get
I see that. That's crazy.
I get that. But Isaiah Rashad announces a new album for 2024 at his Dallas concert. Hey. Now, B, why didn't he contact us to get the official scoop?
I don't know, bro. Is she in Dallas?
No.
Oh, I thought she wasn't at the show?
I don't know.
She must saw the clip.
Maybe. Yeah. But, she posted on Twitter. So,
I'm
Isaiah
ready.
Rashad, next time you come into the city, you got to check in with the BBC.
Hey, bro, you got to check in.
Yeah, you got to check in. Hey, give us a portion of that concert.
Hey, but look, dang, I can't say what I want to say.
What you about to say?
Don't check in with the BBC when it comes to But hey,
you have to be nasty.
But yeah, man, I'm ready for that Isaiah Rashad album, man. You know what I mean?
I am.
Yo, bro, we can't do this, bro.
Check in with Beyond Beats and Culture.
Yeah, Beyond Beats and Culture, man. Hey, I didn't think you were gonna catch me on that. But yeah, my bad, bro. Hey, yo.
Someone was on Twitter saying, "How did he escape those allegations?" So I was like, "Those weren't allegations." I still love you, Rashad. We gotta get the jokes off.
Yeah, bro. We love you. Hey, we love you, bro. I love your music, bro.
Yeah, all your albums are fire. Everything's been fire. Hey, one of the better catalogs from the blog era.
Facts, bro.
One of the better catalogs.
Man,
I will say that Isaiah Rashad is a rapper that I feel like, yes, he gets enough praise, but from the people that already love him. Yeah. He needs way more praise and way more shine in the limelight. But yeah, Isaiah Rashad is definitely a very great artist that you guys should be aware of. Make sure y'all check out his next project.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's move on to the music section of the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Since we didn't have much news. Vince Staples, Dark Time. He finally released his final album / project with Def Jam. After what, 10 years career over there? First of all, it's amazing to see this young brother finally independent. Or maybe he's a free agent. He might be scouting out some other people. Maybe Empire. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's great to see
deals.
Vince Staples is finally off of Def Jam. Hopefully he gets some of the money that he's been owed because he has, expressed his complaints with that whole situation right there. Vince Staples has one of those. He has a seesaw catalog to me, where it's like his other projects weren't good. And so, they was up here.
That's his opinion.
No, I mean, they were good.
Yeah.
But in comparison, when he came out with this newer run, like when he started like with FM and all that.
Hey, look, I don't agree with that. This guy right here, bro. Hey, this is not, when we ever get a BBC rating and like we actually be like, you know what I mean? We might have to split it, like BBC Chase, BBC Tevin, like, but that, no.
But
Vince,
we both agree it's got to be the BBC approved.
Vince,
no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying his projects, but I'm saying his projects were good. That's why it's a seesaw.
No, look, it's not a seesaw like that. It's just, always been good, bro. Come on, bro. It's not been a miss.
Once he started doing the FM and all that,
right, he bugging, bro.
See, it was going up.
You like his old mixtapes?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're good, but his other stuff to me is just
you don't even like the fishbowl theory or whatever.
Big Fish
theory.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. That or Prima Donna. I didn't really enjoy it like that. I didn't say it was bad. I didn't enjoy it like that.
Go back to that.
But also, you got to think. I'm comparing it to FM, Vince Staples, Ramona Park, and this newest project.
So what?
To me, catalog.
That's to you, bro.
It was good. But
bro.
Vince Staples had no bad projects.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real right now. He has good projects, but I think this last 4 to 5 album run that he's been on, amazing.
Yeah, his last 3 is like
unmatched.
Yeah, his last.
Yeah, Vince Staples, Ramona Park, and this one.
And Dark Times,
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Amazing.
3P.
Yes. Yes. Amazing run. So coming into this album, we only had like a week before to prepare. I actually like the way that he released it. He released it on a Thursday, not like the Thursday night before the Friday. He actually released it Thursday evening, like 5 or 6.
I listened to it right when it dropped.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh, it's out." I was like,
"Yep." I listened to it. Pretty quick listen. He also did a hour-long Twitter space on it before the album dropped as well. Yeah, which was pretty cool. I think he said he was going to do another one as well. The Twitter space? No, I did not.
Dang, I didn't know. Maybe he probably broke down some of the stuff of the album, what I think about it.
Yeah, but also he did it before the album dropped.
Man. So maybe you think it's probably up there? Like he probably think he's still left.
Maybe he probably re-uploaded it somewhere. Someone else most likely re-uploaded it.
I'm gonna have to listen to that.
So he probably could find it somewhere. But I think it was very interesting, and I really like the space that like a Schoolboy Q or Vince Staples has done, trying to like touch the fans and like really talk to the fans and like see what the people are feeling. And then now this album came out.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, coming into this album, I didn't know what to anticipate because I feel like I went on a very high when it comes to Vince, from FM to Vince Staples to Ramona Park, Broke My Heart. This project was good. Yeah. Now, I will say, to me, it's not better than Ramona Park. I think it's very unfair to compare it to that because I feel like that was more of a full-fledged album with it almost being, I think, like an hour. This one being about 30 minutes, half the length.
35.
Yeah, 35 minutes. Now, I will say that, to me, one thing I love about Vince, he puts no fillers on his album. Yeah. I completely love that. Straight to the point. He gets to you where he needs you to get to. No filler, like I said, so it doesn't feel bloated. A whole bunch of replay value when it comes to those projects as well because they're so short. You can just back-to-back a marathon them. You can listen to these albums 3 times and it'd be some people's one album. Yeah. And so for me with this project, I like it. I think it's good. I think it's still part of that great run that he's having right now. I think it's a bit of a decrease a little bit only because I think Ramona Park is just up there. So yeah, it's going to be a slight decrease by like a 0.1, 0.5. Yeah. But this project is still good because I hold Ramona Park very highly. Yeah. I'm going to say he peaked right there, but I'm not saying like he can't have another peak. I think he can. I don't think this album... I think this album's on the same level of like a Vince Staples or an FM type of thing. It's in that same arena right there.
Yeah. I think all 3 of these albums are in the same arena to me. Like, to me, they like the same... They like the same album. It's like, this is the mode he's in. I just feel like...
You don't think each of them have like a different type of like
tone a different
or consistency?
I think you could put, to me, in my opinion, I listen to these albums. I listen to the first 2 albums. Like, they was always number 1 on my album list on 2020.
You talking about Vince Staples and Ramona Park?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And in Dark Times, to me, it's like a perfect trilogy. To me, they in the same franchise in a movie. To me, like these 3 albums are like, you could play 1, 2, and 3 back to back, and like I feel like it could flow into the same album. Not saying that's a bad thing. I feel like yes, you have. The production is still the same when it comes to like I feel like Vince with his voice, it's like in a somber mood. Like
you don't think this one was a bit more?
I think all of this is Dark Times.
This one, I think Dark Times and Ramona Park was a bit more upbeat. I think voice wise.
I don't. I think they
not like how he was back on Summer Old.
I'm saying from Vince Staples to Ramona Broke My Heart to Dark Times, it's a trilogy. Like it all to me is his story from his life to like. What he's going through, the label, and him going out of this. Because that's why I feel like he put out the albums at kind of in the same time. And this one, he just, hey, yo, this is coming out. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, ending it with, like, free man vocally. Like, I feel it's good to be a free man. Like, you know what I mean? And just, each album had a theme, but to me, each theme of the album was Dark Times. And I feel like him ending it out with that, I'm like, I understand what this man was doing. To me, all 3 of these albums in the same what would I say? The same, like I said, the same franchise, and I love them each the same. Like this album has so much replay value for me. I listened to it on my way back. I mean, I listened to it on my way here, and I'm just like, yo, this album's dope, bro. Like I remember listening to it like leaving to go see. Me and my girl went to go see Planet Apes. Right after the album finished, freaking oh my god, what's the name of that song? Blue. Dang, I can't think of the name of the song, bro. Anyway, it's his song. It's from Ramona Park My Heart. And you know what? I still thought that song was a part of this album. It's how like these three albums, bro, to me, they sound the same. Like it's not a bad thing. Cause I love.
You think they can all coincide?
They
with
can
each other.
all
like
coincide.
They all like it's like a trilogy of movies where there's an overall arching theme, but each one goes to a different problem. While internally, he's going through the same thing, but he's growing as a person.
Right. That's why he's saying his fans saying they want that old. Vince
also,
back.
the blues.
The blues. I think that's the name of the song. But what I'm saying is, it's like all this stuff, bro. Is like, bro, it's just amazing. I love the tone he's going with, the way he's rapping. Like you said, he's rapping when you can't see. You know he has that dead face. But like when you listen to like his old projects. He hype. You could tell he hype in the on the verse or in the studio. But here he's just like Vince, how he talked to you in them interviews and be very monotone and just straight up with you. I felt that he was very like he was straight to the point on all this stuff and letting you know how he feel and like what he missed in the dark times he went. All that it just was perfect to me. And then him ending it out with this, I just felt like he wanted to let you know like this is how I've been feeling. this is me. I don't know. He like, yo, this is really who I am.
So if I look at this
vocally,
if I look at this album, like you said, I think it's very interesting, especially when you look at the names of it, because they're all very personal titles.
Yeah.
Not like the Big Fish Theory or FM. To me, those are like just titles.
Yeah.
These last 3 albums, like you said, are very intentional. It seems like with the titles.
Everything.
First one with Vince Staples, obviously his name, self-titled album. Second one, Ramona Park Broke My Heart.
Yeah, that's where he's from, Ramona Park, like in Long Beach, whatever. Yeah.
And then the third one, Dark Times. So I can see definitely how you say it coincides. It does kind of have a bit. I feel like this last album, the Dark Times, I feel like it has a bit more of a darker atmosphere around there.
Oh, of course.
Mood. Okay, I was making sure.
I got you. But I'm saying they
I feel
still
like but I also feel like this. They all sound different. I get what you mean. Like they all could kind of flow into each other. As in, like if you were to put this all together, it's like, my name is Vince Staples, and Ramona Park broke my heart during these dark times. Like they put it during the deluxe, super cut album or whatever. I get what you mean that they can all flow into each other. I do think that they ever do that. First of all, you gotta give the BBC the credit.
Yeah.
But you need to give a skit to kind of like storyboard it, and that way it could each flow into each other type thing. I feel like each of them are tonally different. I get what you mean by most of them. They're all kind of dark because Vince Staples definitely has that. Dark Times has that. I feel like Ramona Park has that, but I think it's one of those. It's like the Rick and Morty reference I was giving you the other day. Hey, I'm dying inside.
Yeah, because he got DJ Mustard beats.
He got Mustard beats. He has way more up tempo West Coast beats.
But his voice, it's
still monotone. So it clashes perfectly. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Production.
Like, I know some of the production is different, but to me, that it just flows. Like,
I see exactly what you mean. Yeah. Because I don't think the production really varies crazily like that, which is it could be a good thing in this situation where it's intentional, where you are trying to tell a 3-part story, like you said, where, I mean, with the Dark Times, he's literally out of it probably when it comes to him being in Def Jam, some of the things that he was talking about going through on the album itself, and some of the problems with, obviously, Ramona Park breaking his heart, things that he had to go through, the Dark Times, and him being Vince Staples. So I do think that that's a very interesting angle to look at it now, because I feel like now I have to do like a album back to back, like.
And I listen to these. I listen to his first, the Vince Staples, Ramona, like so many times. And like when it comes to this album, like what I got to it from now, like from my third or fourth listen, I think I listened to it 4 times. It's like I noticed that he sampled a lot of like vocals from other songs, like different lyrics. I mean. And I'm like
he sampled them or he interpreted them?
No, he said them. Like a lot of
interpolated.
Yeah, interpolated. So like I'm like, man, I wanted to like note them, but like he did a lot of that, and I was just him had the song like Radio and like Etouffee, him talking about I guess his Louisiana roots as well because his grandmother come from Louisiana, like migrated, from the South to California, and him just talking about this like that Etouffee, that's the beat and just. Actually, like, get the guy at the end. Oh, bro, that song is just amazing. And I don't know, he talks about, like, just being black and, like, knowing you from the project, you can feel this and, like, you can relate to a lot of the stuff he speaks on. And I'm like, dang, dog.
Like
Vince, like, yeah, bro, in his dark times, like, each name and him talking about how he, even, like, going, what's the other song?
When he was with that one girl.
Oh, with Liars. Oh, so, like, with Justin. So, like, with Liars, he talked about, like, with Liars, he talked about, he didn't even talk. Song. It was with Liars was the snippet. It was an interview.
Song.
No, that was Justin.
Oh yeah.
So Liars was the. It was the. It had the interview.
You lied to me.
Yeah, it was
like,
the interview.
You told me the truth.
It was with Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin. It's like one of my favorite interviews to watch. They going back and forth about the relationship between black men and black women, and then he goes into he goes into Justin, the story of this black woman or whatever. I'm saying I'm pretty sure she was black, and then he, she lied to him about like he was met up with her and then boom. Introduced her to a boyfriend, like, oh, this is my cousin Justin. He's like, all right, nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like so crazy, like women lie. You know what I mean? It's just like different things he went through. It's a dark time, but it was, something that it started off a really good thing, you know what I'm saying? And then I guess he coincide of like when you go back into the snippet of the interview beforehand, and if you knew the context of that interview, being like how the relationship between a black man and a black woman, like what men and women anyways, when the relationship, like just the relationships we have, that, women lie as well. Because, like, if you look at it, bro, most of the stuff is up on men, They act like...
Oh, no, B.
I'm just saying.
No.
We always
get
the negative conversation. I just like when he was like, hey... I just like when he was just like, yo, women lie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, he's trying about this.
Yeah.
The gender war started. Thanks, Vince.
So just some things was like that he was saying, like, I don't know, it was just dope. Like, little homies, like, don't crash out. He was being, trying to be... more motivated to the guys out there and just saying, even on Free Man, him being like, yo, I made the set to a movie set showing that kids you can do this type of stuff. And even though at the same time telling his homie that was locked up, like, hey, yo, you can do it too. Knowing like, yo, bro, it's not, it's probably not that possible.
They throwing the key around.
Yeah. So it's like, man, this is, I love this album,
stuff
bro.
like he had to bury his own
brother. The brother that humbles you. Yo, you said like you could relate to that type of stuff. Like, man, it's just so crazy. Like I think this was from my fourth listen. I think I enjoyed this one more than the other two. I could be saying it could be my recency bias.
Yes.
But I really like this. I think I related more to it. Like this one, I felt this one, bro. I like listen, like I don't know, man. I couldn't skip nothing on here, even though I don't skip on the other ones. But I don't know, Vince on the run, bro. This trilogy, what he's doing, like with his voice and just like him just being him and not trying to be energetic and all this.
I think the production really helps. I think the production is a big part of it because the earlier albums. Summertime 06 wasn't bad, but to me it was kind of like compared to these last three, the production was a bit iffy for me at some points. But I feel like the consistency of the actual production helped perfectly mesh well with Vince and what he was trying to go for on these albums.
I think Summertime 06 is still his best project, his best work, in my opinion. I could go back, but I don't know. I love that project. Because production, no ID on that. Come on, I don't know. You wild around.
It's not a bad project. I'm saying there's some points where it's just iffy for me on Summertime 06. Some points.
It's because it's a longer album. There's more room for error.
Yes. Yeah, completely.
Because
and it's 2 discs.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know why.
But the highs on that album is high.
They're good.
I think his highs are like his best on that.
I think Ramona Park to me is still my favorite.
It could be, but I'm saying when it comes to his highs, like the bigger, like
he still has some
songs.
No, he has some great songs on Summertime 06. Yeah. I just think that
the energy on Summertime 06 is like, I ain't never ran from none but the police. Like come on, bro. Northside Long Beach hit, bro. It's like the stuff he have on that album is.
And he had Future is dope.
Is dope, bro, huh?
And he had Future to go to.
Yeah. But like
he had no features on this last album, right?
No features. And he had Lil Baby on the Ramona. He had.
I meant this album.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just thinking about he barely been having features.
He had Ty Dolla $ign on the last album too.
Yeah. That comes with a mustard.
The package.
Hey, bro, that's the package.
It's either YG or Ty.
Hey, bro. Either or, you know what I'm saying? Which one you want? You know
hey, you get the beat, but you gotta take the artist with
Facts. I'm surprised YG didn't pop up on that. They're not like us. You know what I'm saying?
You heard that he dissed Drake recently.
Yeah, I think that's a reach. I don't know.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know.
Either way.
Overall, I love this album, man.
This album, I really enjoyed it. I think I do have to do that three album listen that he was talking about though, because that actually sounds like a great idea and a fun time to actually listen to it and kind of see the progression of where this character, even though it's Vince, but where this character in the story that he's portraying goes.
Yeah.
So, I think this was a very vulnerable album. I think all of these have been very personal as well. This is a good album. Would you say that this is an album of the year contender?
It's on the shorter end, but I wouldn't. For some people, it could be. Maybe it could be for me. I would say it's up there right now. It's in my top 5 right now. So I could say yeah. I just say yeah.
I can't say because I've listened to way too many albums this year, so I don't know what all I remember was from 2024.
Yeah.
Still, Blue Lips has it for right now. But if I do a bit more listens on this could be near Blue Lips.
Yeah.
I don't think it could overtake it, though.
Yeah. I might have to go. I ain't been back in Blue Lips in a minute now.
I haven't revisited any albums that we've done, only because I've been listening to so much new music. Yeah. If you guys be watching the What We've Been Jamming section,
he goes
you know I'm listening to a lot of music. So I don't really have time to really go back and listen to something unless I'm just trying to fill time.
Right. I listen to a lot of stuff, too, but like album-wise, I don't. Sometimes it's play an artist. I already know their whole catalog. I just play their stuff on shuffle.
I'm an album guy, so
I'm both. I'm both.
No, I'm saying most of the time when I listen to music, it's through an album.
Yeah.
Like not like I just listen to singles.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
And like my time, bro, it's some stuff I just can't. I can't give it the time of day. I'd be like.
Some stuff I can because one of us got to do it.
Yeah, somebody got to be tapped in. I'm not tapped in that category. Asterisk so and so. The underground sound.
No. Hey, but either way, Vince Staples. Would you say that this gets your BBC approval?
Yes, bro. Come on, man. This is fire.
This is a really good project. Even though I said before that to me it doesn't top Ramona Park, That's not me saying that this is a bad project at all. That just means I have Ramona Park at a very high level. And this project is also very, very strong as well. This gets my BBC approval as well.
Ramona Park got, hey, if I had one wish, I free the homies, bro. That song, amazing, bro. Amazing.
Oh, man. Check out Vince Staples, Dark Times. Mm-hmm. Great job on this album. And congratulations for finally getting off Def Jam.
Yes, sir. You're a free man, man. It feels good to be a free man.
Hopefully you get some more money in your pockets, guys. I know he's trying to fight for that streaming. More pay for streaming.
Man, that's dope.
All right.
Shout out Vince, man.
Shout out to Vince Staples. Next thing we have to talk about. Grippy. A track review. By Cash Cobain and J. Cole. Now, when I first heard this, I'm like, all right, this is the Cash Cobain production. I'm all right with it sometimes, especially when he's working with other people that he doesn't usually work with. And I saw J. Cole on here. I know what Cash Cobain brings. I'm going to be real with you. I had no anticipation for this track because J. Cole to me, whenever he's talking about girls, I don't want to hear that ish.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear none of it because he cannot set the mood or the tone at all.
It's not his lane.
And he proves it again with this track, Grippy. Especially coming after the beef, you dropping out of it. You are just the number one punching bag. And I hate to say that I agree with Kanye, B. Play some J. Cole, get the P word dry, man. Because what the F was this?
But he called her Grippy. She used to be gay and he slayed. Now she's... What'd he say?
That she's strictly...
Dickly.
Wow, it's just like... J. Cole is the biggest punching bag in hip-hop right now.
You don't think it's Soulja Boy or Meek Mill?
I think because J. Cole had a high place to come from compared to those two, because let's be real.
I don't think he'll punching bag, right? The biggest punching bag.
As of right now,
I don't think
you dropped out the biggest beef of history.
Yeah, but I don't think so.
Have you seen this whole weekend? This whole weekend was literally just focused on J. Cole and that Grippy verse.
I found out people didn't like it yesterday. Other than that, like, I thought it was a freestyle or something, but I didn't pay attention to it. I see more people still. I don't think it's... I'm saying overall. You mean this week? Yeah. Or I thought you meant like overall in hip hop at the moment. Because I think Meek Mill is that.
I think Meek Mill is, him and Diddy kind of. But
Diddy
deserves to be the punching bag. Yeah. Especially the way
he don't need to be doing the punching. He get punched.
But B, she liked my kick game. And when you don't kick game.
You J. Cole, bro. You just get it. Yeah, you get that Grippy.
I put her front row at the Knick game. Now she in my phone with a nickname. It's Grippy. What is happening? Probably one of the best lyricists of our time.
But like,
mainstream wise.
Yeah, but
what is this?
But you gotta understand, like, some people it's just not their bag, man.
I know. The song with him and Miguel, where he's talking about the police brutality thing. The song with Plains Jeremiah. But in my club.
That song's amazing. And here come J. Cole.
Oh, I thought you meant the song was amazing.
Jeremiah was fire.
No, I thought you meant with J. Cole.
I said Plains fire.
Power Trip.
Yeah. Power Trip's okay.
It's okay. It's the best one. That's not saying much, like you always say.
Yeah. But nah, this Grippy joint.
This was the worst ever. Cash Cobain, don't ever lace J. Cole with a beat again.
If I was J. Cole, I'd be mad at Cat. Like, at this moment, bro, like, you gonna release this? Like, come on, bro. At this moment.
Grippy.
Because I'm pretty sure he made this before. Oh, snap. All right. My order. Oh, yeah. But it's fine. We get it. Okay. But yeah, with this, J. Cole, like we said, it's not your bag, man. I think some of these stuff like, I want to stay relevant. Let me hop on the newest kid.
But he shouldn't do that. To me, that's Drake's lane. And Drake showed that he could do that well on For All the Dogs on Fear of Heights.
If Drake was on here, this would have been much better.
Oh, of course. But Drake already showed it because he had this beat. He had this type of beat on For All the Dogs.
But right now, it wouldn't be good for Drake because people just disliking all his stuff.
Oh yeah, especially with the whole BB.
They freaking thumbing that. I'm like, dang.
No, they said that's bots, but
yeah,
yeah. I mean, B, the lyrical master himself said, "Grippy. I call her that because it's grippy. She thick in the hips. She's a hippie."
Well, hey, he has a point.
No, he needs somebody to point him out of that studio. Because what the F was that? You know, and Cash Cobain, you better not have been bobbing your head to that because you would have been lying to that man.
You know he did, bro. You ain't even to tell J. Cole, hey yo, bro, send that back. If I'm like a bigger name, I'd be like, yo, LJ, yo, come on, Cole, world out here, bro. You can't do that.
Cole, you are a good rapper, but I'm just looking at some of these bars, B. Just looking at it written down. And she's sending the flick when she hit me with a kissy emoji. She miss me. When she see me, she say she gonna strip me.
But you gotta understand. Look, J. Cole.
I get setting the tone. Okay, go ahead, cook.
J. Cole, look. We got on you for doing that whole introspective stuff about police brutality on the Miguel track. So now you try to meet us at where we need to be, and we don't like it. So he can't win for losing, B. But look, this song don't require no lyrical, individual, you know what I'm saying, type of stuff. But we do want some more clever bars. Like, it could be clever, little witty, funny things. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want it to be clever or witty. I just want it to be good.
Yeah, but I'm saying that when it comes to things like this, you expect something like clever or something like to say. Like, you need caption type of bars on here. You need something you could put on that Instagram caption. Like, Drake would have gave you something you could put on that caption.
Yeah.
J. Cole not. He gonna give you something you can laugh at. Like, he gonna have that and a laughing emoji at the end.
Laugh at him.
Yeah, laughing. Like, we're not laughing at you.
No, we're laughing at you.
We're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you.
Yeah, I'm laughing at you.
So I'm saying,
because this has to be literally the worst. The worst verse.
This goes back to how I feel about J. Cole being that one kid that just wasn't the cool guy. He wasn't that lead. Just happened to be really talented.
You know what? I think Boss helped him right there.
Nah, I hope not. Boss. Us. Nah, bro. He should have, like, J.I.D. would have been a way better verse. He should have had J.I.D. to write something. Moray.
Who?
Moray. Quicksand.
No, I know who you talking about. I know who you talking about. Who? Boy was on Double XL, had a big hit, and he was on J. Cole's song that sounded like a lot.
Yeah.
No, Cash Cobain. I would have rather you done this by yourself or do this with Ice Spice. How does Ice Spice come out with a better verse on this type of song than J. Cole?
For sure.
I don't know. Ice Spice's verse be, like I told you at the beginning, one of the best Ice Spice verses. Not saying much, but it's way better than this. It is way better than this.
But we know J. Cole didn't take this seriously, bro. You can keep going.
This is disrespectful, though, B. This is, like, very disrespectful. Like, why would you do something like that on my beat? There's nothing good on here.
But it's J. Cole. He still got the J. Cole feature.
She says she gonna chew on the stick like it's Wrigley's. Yeah, believe it or not, like Ripley's.
No, man. I know.
This is your guy, man.
He's battle ready, B. He's battle ready.
He disappointed me.
No way. He's not battle ready.
You worked so good, I just had an epiphany. It's grippy and wet. You know I'm a vet, but you making me feel like a rookie. How can you make me tap out so swiftly, but I'm back for the second round victory?
Oh, my God.
Jesus, this song is bad. The production is good. But, I mean, it's usual Cash Cobain. Yeah. It's not as good as the one that he lays Don Toliver with. But Don Toliver is a better songwriter. So, J. Cole, stop talking about girls. Don't talk about girls. Don't talk about chilling with girls. Don't talk about none of that. Because you're never going to be on that type of time that we need you to be.
What are you going to talk about? He can't even talk about being better than rappers no more.
That's facts. But B, he's the type of guy where the girl says, I like guys who come out with corny punchlines. He come out with the 2 corny punchlines and he overstay his welcome. I see if you did 1 or 2 corny bars. Yeah. Cool. Get your ish off, man.
But I don't know.
This is a whole thing.
But why J. Cole? Why did he pick him?
Exactly. I don't even think he picked him.
I'm not even blaming J. Cole.
Reached out for him because remember that song he had with Lil Yachty? He reached out to Yachty for that one.
No.
Yachty didn't ask him to get on that.
No, Yachty showed him the song. He said, I'll get on it.
Yeah. No, but Yachty didn't ask him to get on it.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
So you think?
I'm thinking he hit up Cash Cobain because he's popping right now.
Let me get on some of that.
Let me get on something like that because I heard.
But I
heard what you have for Drake on For All the Dogs.
Yeah.
I was on that album too. Let me get on.
But the Yachty's track, he did good on it. He was rapping.
He did. But I'm saying that's why I know
Yachty should just gave that track to him. And
yeah,
he be rapping, bro. Yachty be.
Yachty has literally a roller coaster type of thing with the singles right now, which I do like the way that he's releasing his singles, by the way. But yeah, J. Cole, I know he insisted to get on this track. I know he did. You should have put Chow Lee. You should have put Baby, whatever his name is, or Swag Bay, whatever his name is. You should have put any of them 2 on there. Ice Spice. I would have rather took Ice Spice.
Yeah.
She fit Fisher remix. She killed it. This ish, like Kanye said, play J. Cole, make the P word dry, man. You made me dry, dog.
Hold up, bro.
Nah, bro, because usually when I'm listening to the heat, I'm sweating, bro. You made me dry. And it's hot. And it's hot.
There's no way you can clean that up, bro. It's nasty. There's no way you can clean that up, B. You're disgusting, bro. So you made his pussy dry.
After the earlier time we was talking about.
Yo. All right, bro.
No way.
Oh, B, we might have to do one because we gotta do one more on the topic. Let's do the. We gonna go into the 100 albums, bro.
No, we gonna say that.
You want to say that one?
Yeah, because that one needs to be
Okay. Oh, man, which one you want to go to,
we
bro?
can just do the Ghostface one real quick.
Right,
but man, that's it for that Grippy track. Yeah, that didn't grip me at all. So yeah, that track. No,
stop it!
I said that earlier.
Nah, in this context, it's different.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Man.
All right.
But all right, let's move on to the next and last topic.
Oh my god.
The Ghostface. All right.
You ready?
Yeah. Ghostface basically said that, one thing that's missing in hip hop now is the lack of storytelling. How do you feel about that?
Ghost, do you listen to hip hop?
I think he only listens to maybe what's on the radio. And he might be like, oh, I like that. Let me go check that out.
The storytelling, he was, I got a family. He like that. But no, bro, we got really great storytellers still, bro.
Yeah.
J. Cole got some cool little storytelling.
J. Cole, Kendrick
Lamar,
Jid. There's a whole bunch. Denzel Curry. These are a whole bunch of
a lot of
rappers now. Vince Staples,
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that claim. I mean, if you talk about mainstream, yeah, but I don't think people want that in mainstream no more.
Yeah. Because like you said, usually you could come out with a storytelling track. I guess some people, like Outkast did it, Slick Rick, of course.
If you want a literal storytelling track, but those tracks weren't even big back then.
Yeah, and
they were good. They're good. I'm not gonna say they're not, but in terms of popularity wise, that's not what gets the people going. Now.
Yeah, and there's rappers still making storytelling tracks. Like you listen to an album, somebody gonna have a track when they kind of telling the story. Like, bro, you had King Von doing stories, bro. He was. His stories got for 53rd. You know what I'm saying?
I know what stories you're talking about.
Man, he was telling those
stories. I think that was literally called The Story.
Yeah, The Story. You had you still got artists out here, man. I wish I can go off the head. I should have did a list, but it's a list of rappers, bro.
Yeah, I just don't get that claim because it's like when rappers say, "Oh, rappers ain't really rapping."
Yeah, I hate when they do this. I'm like, bro, what? You can't just say that. You can't make a blanket statement like that.
But that's because they listen to people that are big. The Polo G's, Moneybagg Yo's, Rod Waves.
What was that? You think Ghostface listens to them?
I think I told you, he's now casual to where he's just listening to what's on the radio.
He's
just listening to maybe what's in popular.
I think Ghost.
But then why would he make that statement if he's not?
Because he's just saying stuff. He old, dog. Ghost. Yeah, you can play some Anita Baker in the back when I'm talking about you right now. But now look, Ghost, yes, you're an older guy. I don't know what you expect to hear on the radio, but it's not going to be the storytelling tracks. Mm-hmm. Like you said, it might be some other stuff on there, like a Travis Scott track on there. What's a big song right now? I don't know. For sure.
Maybe SZA.
Like you hearing some, that's different. I'm talking about hip hop.
Oh.
But you hearing these hip hop songs, yes, the storytelling not going to be on the radio. Yes, the storytelling song's not going to be in the biggest playlist on Spotify. But you're linked to rappers like Your Old Droog, Mac Homie, Billy Woods. You know some of these guys.
Does he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know you know Your Old Droog, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
So do you think he should? Remember when we were talking about that sector of hip hop that we messing with Alchemist? Yeah. Do you think he knows all those guys?
I don't think he know them all, but yeah, he knows some.
Well, the ones that
I think Ghost probably met some of these guys 3 or 4 times, but he'll be like, "Oh yeah, what's up? Nice to meet you." Mm-hmm. He give me that type of vibe, bro, you don't remember meeting me 2 months ago? Mm-hmm. But I think he listens to some of those guys, but he might just strictly stick to older stuff because I know he ain't listening to the mainstream stuff all the time. But I think he's going by what he probably hear when he hop in the Uber or, go into a town for a show and hop in, and they playing something. I think that's what he's going by. Because it can't be going
on the radio.
Yeah, I got you. But I'm saying I don't think he's going out to sort out the stuff. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's going to let me listen to this new Travis Scott album. Or let me listen to this new Don Toliver album.
No, I
think he probably hears that when he's places. But I'm saying he's not going out and actually going to look for the stuff because this stuff been going on for years. People saying, oh, they not, like you said, they're not rapping no more. And we got all these people that's still rapping. And so it's bro, you're just making this statement and not really having nothing to back it up with.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like back then, obviously, when it comes to rap in the 90s, the golden age, you had to be able to rap.
Yeah.
And all those rappers had albums that were, one, phenomenal. It wasn't as much, so the game wasn't as saturated. And three, because you were lyrical and you were so nice, you was always trying to one-up the other artists, and there would always be some type of storytelling song on the album.
It has to be a storytelling. It's like it had to come.
That's like a consistent lyrical rapper, like 101 for your album. Like you got to come out with a storytelling song.
Like, bro, look at like all the hip hop essential albums when it comes to like from like 90, I say 94 to like 98 or something. Each of those big albums, probably like all of them have like some type of storytelling song. Like,
and I think even now, modern days, a lot of rappers still now have storytelling. Yeah. I just think it's very loose to where it's not as concrete or as in detail or really like introspective as probably he wants it to be. Because
you're not like getting Biggie like I got story to tell.
Or a Slick Rick, children's story or Cop Shot the Kid, whatever.
Or like Nas, freaking Rewind and. What's the other one?
The song with him with the Mary J. Blige hook.
Bro, he got.
You're not getting the song
got
like
a lot of.
Yeah, not.
What's the one with the gun? The
Rewind.
No.
Will you do it backwards?
No,
I gave you a gun.
I gave you power. I gave you power. Like stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's like, but you also like a lot of rappers, mainstream wise, ain't gonna give you like that. Mm-hmm. Nas is different. You even called him yourself the golden child.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, that a lot of rappers ain't gonna do what Nas does.
You see.
I mean, shoot, look at Kendrick on his last album, Auntie's Diaries. Yeah. J. Cole, when he's talking about some introspective stuff, like, when his homie, he saw his homie drug dealing or whatever, and he was like, yo, I want to do that. Then the homie's like, no, I want to be you. Like, why do you want to do that? Yeah. It's just certain things like that where it's like every rapper, especially lyrical rapper, has some type of storytelling song, except for maybe like if you go on like on an Alchemist album where they just rap and rap. But besides that, generally they have at least 1 or 2 tracks, whether it be a love story or just a story of them growing up in the hood or an interaction that they had. There's always going to be some type of storytelling song on these albums.
Yeah. And sometimes, bro, you just got to let it go. Like, we're not in that era no more. Like, you want to listen to that stuff, you go back and listen to it. Like, you can't put the same standards on you did 30 years ago on the guys now. Like, it's a totally different thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a totally different
It's like
game.
You could do the whole thing across the board with sports, technology, anything, any field. You can't really compare the times because it's totally different times. Mm-hmm. We have information. We're into certain things that we just can't. Like, bro, it's done different ways now. Like, I saw a little insert from like a Pink Panthers interview, and they were asking her like, why her song so short. She was like, yo, I don't need a freaking bridge. My song don't have to be over 1:30 minutes.
We don't have to have as many.
We don't have to have that no more. Mm-hmm.
Like she was like, I don't need to make a 2 minute and 30 minute song.
I don't.
A 2 minute and 30 second
I don't need
song.
a bridge. I don't need the hook multiple times. Come on, bro.
I mean, for some people, yeah.
But I'm saying it's not a standard no more.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm glad that that's not a standard anymore because there
rappers
are some
used to have
songs,
3 freaking verses.
And even if you look back then, a lot of the third verses or whatever, one of the verses would be filler.
Always, bro. I would listen to that. Remember the song? I'm so crispy, my name, like K-Shine, bro.
But also, it's like. You just giving me another reason to give me a hook. But also, when you play this on radio, they're not playing the full song.
They used to cut it short.
I might as well just make it 2 minutes, play my full song, and just mix it into the next song. Yeah. Keep it short, especially in today's era where the attention span is very, very short. We don't have time to sit here for 3 to 4 songs. Like I told you, I listened to the D'Angelo album. 7-minute tracks. Yeah. Not bad. Yeah. But I'm just like, man, like, can we get to the next thing happening already? So, like I said, the album's not bad. But still, either way, when it comes to... How am I trying to articulate this? I'm trying to articulate this as well as I can. No one wants to listen to like a 3 or 4 minute song, 3 verses of you just telling the story. Because most of the time, when it comes to these storytelling songs, they're just going straight to the story. There is no hook, there is no bridge, there's none of that. You're just going straight to the story. You might have something where you break and there's no rapping for a bit and you go back into it. But I just don't see even some of the bigger storytelling songs wasn't on the radio back then. You had to actually go listen to the album. Ghostface, I gotta ask. Are you going to listen to these albums by these artists? Are you going to go listen to a Denzel Curry? Are you listening to a Jid? Are you listening to a full J. Cole album? Are you listening to a full Kendrick Lamar album? I mean, shoot, Drake has plenty of storytelling.
He's on that Kendrick. He's on Purple.
Oh, yeah, he is. So, and then Drake has even storytelling songs on his previous albums.
But we know Ghostface is an old head, bro. He's not doing that.
Yeah.
Bro.
We love Ghostface over here. We reviewed his album.
You know Ghostface ain't listening to none of that stuff, bro. You know what the word he used on his album?
What?
He's not in the times, B. This talk about playing bees and all that. Come on, bro.
I got a family.
Come on, man.
I mean,
that's my guy. I loved it.
I love Ghostface, but Ghostface. This is one of those things where it's like you kind of being out of touch.
Yeah, he's super out of touch.
It's like you being out of touch of your standards. I have to change a bit with the current times. I'm not saying you gotta just flatline your standards to the ground and have none, but you got to also realize that times are different, technology is different, beats, access to a whole bunch of things are a lot more accessible than it was back in that day.
Totally different.
Shoot, if you watch an American Saga, all that equipment that RZA had to buy, or the other dude that had to buy for RZA, y'all ain't got to do that anymore. All you got to do is buy a nice Shure SMB. You just got to spend $1,000. You got the right setup or equipment to make a song.
Yeah, some people never even met their producers before. Like, never met them. Some producers they work with are in whole nother freaking countries. They don't even go to the studio no more.
Shoot.
It's a different time.
Back then, you used to have to mail or send it by airplane your verse or whatever. Just email. Send me the stems.
It's different, bro.
Like, it's just way different times. People don't even have to be in the studio no more. People don't even have to be at a studio anymore. Didn't Lupe record a whole album off a laptop?
Bro, you can be on your phone, bro. You can make beat. Bro, come on, man. Tech is so far right now. It goes.
And then the artists aren't really...
Yeah.
That if you want to do that, go listen to Royce 5'9's Book of Ryan album or something. Good album. Yeah. But I mean, you're not gonna get stuff like that consistently or commonly.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's the last topic. We do have that top 100 that we gotta hit. We'll probably hit it next podcast episode though, because we're already got a time with this one.
Because we went too long on the freaking underground thing. I didn't got it like because sometimes conversations come about and just like dang, and I'm on a time constraint right now.
Yeah. But yeah.
Sorry,
that was
guys.
a great conversation. Make sure y'all check out the podcast on all the socials, even TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, especially YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube so you can watch all the podcasts. And if you don't have time for the full podcast, go ahead and check out the clips. We got news, reviews, discussions, all that type of stuff. And what we've been jamming in a single podcast. So in case you want more things to listen to add to your playlist, go ahead, check out our playlist in the description down below as well. Check out our socials, like I said earlier. Don't forget to rate the podcast 5 stars on the podcast streaming services like Apple and Spotify. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the videos if y'all have not already. Got any closing thoughts?
No closing thoughts right now, B. Just trying to go and get my little tag.
All right, my name is Jason Dark Sage.
I'm T.
Peace.
Bro, freaking Ghostface.